And we're going to transition, and I'm just going to listen back to myself just to make sure everything is in order.
Remember to hit going live.
And record.
Oh yeah, no, I definitely hit both those things. But thank you guys so much too for being on top of that. Okay, we sound good. I'm also just going to quickly test out the ambience just to make sure it sounds like not too loud. Because I decided to up the ante slightly at 20%. How does that sound for everybody? Not
That
too
sounds
loud?
Nice. Yeah, I like that.
Good. Yeah, perfect. Okay, I'm done with those little checks. Yeah, that particular ambient track is the one I have set for anytime you guys enter a Temple of Amarante.
We live there. It's much nicer.
Go for it. Literally part of what I did over the last 2 weeks was I set up all, like, I think 200 of the audio tracks so that they're good to go with their own. They're color-coded, they are bookmarked, they are favorited. And on that note, hello and welcome to DC30 and our Mythic Odyssey of Theros, D&D with an ancient Greek twist. I am your Dungeon Master, Romeo, and I am joined as ever by Ali, Tamara, Rebecca, Sammy, Virla, and Violet. We'll begin today with a quick little repeat of the announcement last week, which was just quite simply that announcing that we have a Discord now, and we'll be periodically posting links to it in... Sorry, I just had a bit of a freak out. We'll be periodically posting links to it so that you can all join in on the fun and gain access to, we'll share, kind of homebrews that we pop on there, resources, and you can join in on the community fun and be a hoplite. So we'll keep an eye out for that and do join us, as it is a lot of fun. That's the only main real announcement that I have, so unless anyone has anything they're excited to share, why don't we get straight into it? Last we left off, you were in Meletis after having repelled an attack on the city from an army of returned. You were searching for an answer to the question of what could be done about the second army of returned that were laying siege to the city of Akros, a city 2 of you hail from. Your search had taken you to the Pyrgnos, Meletis' great tower of knowledge, where you learned from its keeper, Elspeth, fabled hero of Theros, of items called pieces of divinity, powerful artifacts of divine origin. You searched within the vast stores of written knowledge that the tower had to offer, and uncovered 2 names, Matisi, the reliquary of Medomai, and Nimiras, a pair of twin swords that you were described as being made of the finest gold and brass and bound with silver threads. You managed as well to learn of a supposed location for each, the islands of Miri and Skathos. As the day came to an end, the stress of the last 24 hours began to take its toll, with more than a few outbursts from you and from others close to you. You awoke the next morning to plan your next step, and that's where we come to now. Breakfast at the table, at your fabled fort that you have purchased and renovated. So, Tempest, what would you like to do?
Is Hilera still hiding away from the rest of the group?
I don't know, is Hilera hiding so from the rest of the group?
Yeah, I'm still hiding in my temple.
Can I go find her?
Sure.
So I'm first, before I go to her temple, I'm just gonna go into her room and look underneath the bed.
Is she there?
And then, well, seeing that she's not under her bed, I'm gonna look in her temple now.
Okay. Hilira, are you in your temple?
Yeah, I'm just sitting in the corner.
Just gonna,
You
like,
find her there.
rattle the wall. Are you okay? Why are you doing?
Well, Jalessa took my room, so here.
You do realize we have other rooms that you could have given her. Could have stayed in your room, right?
Yeah, I kind of realized that after I gave her my room. You know, I hope she feels welcome now. My bed is very comfy.
That is true. Your bed is very comfy. Are you ready to go, or do you need to talk about going home?
I think I'm okay.
You know, if you're scared of going back out than any.
I can only hear half of your sentences right now. I don't know if that's on my part, but I'm just gonna go with what I hear. I think I used to be scared of going back. I'm not sure I'm scared anymore.
Okay, if you need to talk, I'm here for you.
That's very sweet, Amalia. And if you ever need to talk about something, I'm here too.
Okay, let's get some breakfast in you, kiddo.
Okay.
Offers her paw.
Tickets.
Downstairs.
You mean
Hilira
you'll
doesn't
skip
skip.
laterally because you are on the lowest floor? You're in a grotto
Okay,
adjacent
yeah, so
to
we will
the
skip into the kitchen.
Yeah. All right, you just about avoid slipping on the rocks, and you join in the kitchen with everybody else who is there, and you're all enjoying a good meal.
Is Bakios there?
Yeah, he's in the middle of his usual breakfast ham.
She's not gonna say anything. She's gonna think about it, and then she's just going to start eating.
So Bettina will look over. Good morning, Hilariah. I asked Elisa earlier about her favorite flower. Do you have a favorite flower?
I think I like sunflowers. But
You
also,
too.
But also forget-me-nots.
Forget-me-nots? Why do you like forget-me-nots?
I don't know. I like the name, I guess.
And she is like trying to think, what do forget-me-nots look like again?
Yeah. I think they're really cute small flowers. I don't know.
Let us find out together. Forget me not flower.
Yeah, they're really cute, like purpley bluish flowers. They're really like small flowers.
Yeah, they have 5 points like a star.
Yeah, they're very cute.
I will post
They're
one
like blue
in the...
and then have like a little yellow center.
I have shared one on the players board.
They are also the symbol for Alzheimer's disease.
Also, they have.
That seems a bit on the nose.
They're also called scorpion grasses.
What are they called in
kill you.
German?
Vergiss mein nicht.
Oh, so
Literal
just forget me
translation.
not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
That shit's the same. It's like the literal translation.
Look at that! You learn about flowers during playing D&D. That's nice.
That is right, LOL. You always learn something on the Mythic Odyssey of Theros.
And Xanthia, what about you? Do you have a favorite flower?
Whew. Not really. Hold on, I need to Google.
Are there
some-
flowers in the ocean, like sea flowers?
I
There's
generally thought she was going to say seaweed because I can't remember the sea flowers. Like, it's...
I mean, there's corals, but they're not plants technically. They're still very pretty though.
Your
There are-
favorite flower is
There are
coral.
various anemones that could be considered as proto-flowers. So, for example, I don't know what this is called, but what I just posted in the players board.
Someone else has Googled before me, are there flowers in the ocean? And it does say
I'm trying
sea
to-
anemones, though
trying to
considered the
Google it.
flowers of the sea.
And yeah, on land, I really like poppies actually. I think they're pretty.
Any particular color that you like?
Aren't poppies usually red?
They can be any color.
Sure.
Yeah, purple. Purple's always good.
Oh, I love purple. That's a great color.
So what's your favorite flower?
Mine?
Yeah?
I didn't prepare for this question. And then she'll look over to the cape that DndUnleashed wears and like try to think of one on the spot.
But then you make a perception check.
D&D Beyond we go. Perception?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Me being 30 minutes early for the stream and not have my character sheet up, on brand. Let's go. Perception. So, nat 20, baby.
Nat
23.
20.
What a nat 20 to
You
roll.
perceive all of the flowers.
You
I picked them myself.
you spot a flower on Dolisa's cloak that you recognize. It was a flower that Sophia. It was not that one in particular, but it's the same as a flower Sophia gave you once.
Was it a peony? Because I love peonies.
It was an oleander.
Oh, I know what that is. I was like, I don't know what the flower is. I do know that. Oleander. Push a look over. I love all of the flowers. I have multiple flowers that I love, both for sentimental reasons and some for their medicinal properties.
When did this become a cottagecore stream? I'm not necessarily complaining, I'm just curious.
Also,
We're already gay,
if
so
you
now
go
we're bringing
in-
flowers in. Okay?
Alright,
If
I'm
you go
down.
into this room, there's plants everywhere, so you know this topic is coming soon.
Going to whose room? Oh, Bithynia, yeah.
Go into Athena's room. There's plants everywhere.
There's plants in
She's
Scotty's
like,
room
"Oh,
too, but you
where's
shouldn't go
the-
near those.
I do have a grow operation in my room as of last stream, so.
All you need is endless sun and a southward facing slope. It's a obscure
Let's
reference.
just look over and be like, the oleander definitely is something that's been given to me by someone who's near and dear to me.
Oh,
I
God.
would say the peony, though.
Hello, Ellie just said, I came
beautiful.
here to watch a tabletop RPG of Stardew Valley, and I'm kind of curious as what that would actually look like as its own stream.
A lot of romance.
There we go. I tell you what, you and Tamara, you and Vila can co-DM the Stardew Valley one-shot.
Just pure chaos and romance.
That'll be the tagline. But yeah, so you guys are enjoying a conversation about botany as you dig into your breakfast. What would anybody like to do?
What's Amalia's favorite flower? Now I want to know everybody's.
Catnip.
Same thought.
Amalia doesn't actually respond because you just see like all this like herbs just around her nostrils and she is just staring into space.
Catnip has a pretty purple flower. It is a pretty plant.
There's an actual flower called catnip.
Well, the
No,
plant.
catnip's a real plant. Yeah. And it has a
That's like-
flower.
Ooh, it is pretty. It's like
Yeah.
it grows in bunches. That's the only way I can describe it.
It's a mint. It's part of the mint family. I have a lot in my yard in real life.
There, I just posted
Oh, they
in.
are.
Okay, so is that Amalia's answer?
Well, it would be hilarious if it was. But Amalia doesn't know much about flowers. Right now, she's thinking about leaves. Like rolling in a pile of leaves. Preferably the ones that like crunch in the like sometimes.
Well, it is autumn, so if there was ever a time of year where that would be appropriate.
Yeah, I like crunchy leaves. Is that a flower?
Sorry, say that again?
I like crunchy leaves. Can that be considered as a flower?
You know what? For you, yes.
I mean,
Yay!
any flower that's
That's
dry
coot.
could be crunchy.
Sounds like a Jaden Smith tweet.
And last but not least, Bacchus, do you have a favorite flower?
Self-raising. I've been sitting on that answer for 5 minutes.
Take a point of piety for that.
Thank you. I will take that.
Wow.
Ham juice is dripping down. Self-raising.
Good for you, gaining piety. Could never be me.
Hey, I lost pie. I lost the point of party last time, I think. So I feel like
I don't. Wait,
back to
did you?
normal. I feel like I lost one
I
point
think-
because I was.
Bacchus,
Yeah, you did.
But what about plants? I mean, you were out in the wilderness for so long. Certainly there was something like a fern or something, even if it wasn't like flowering. You had to have enjoyed something, like a tree or a stump or something. I don't know.
Oh, whoa! In the Southlands, right? There was this plant that had like really fragrant leaves, and it would like grow out in a sort of fan-shaped pattern. And when I would like smoke, grind it up and put it with my tobacco, it made me really mellow.
Curious. Okay. So 2 of you like dried flowers, plants, okay?
What? It's supposed to be dry. I used to think it
Oh.
with the wetter the better.
Oh.
Is the rule not smoke it like you would like to have sex with it? The wetter the better.
I think we do different things when we're in nature.
Oh dear. This is why I shouldn't just roleplay. This is why I should just stick to being a barbarian. Get angry and hit things.
You're too late now.
Yeah.
Botch. Make a wisdom check.
Oh, there we go. This is not ideal. +1 +1, lovely, 19.
You do actually recall a flower that grows around Akros that maybe you never really thought about it specifically, but with the benefit of hindsight, just think on it now, you found quite pretty. You don't recall its name, but this is what it looked like. I can post it in the player's board.
Oh,
In the real world, that would be a Corsican peony, is the name of the flower, but
Oh, that's nice.
Are you posting this? Can you post it on Discord so our people can see?
yeah, sure. Well, so they can see because I've got a board up. So I've got a window capture up on the actual live stream, so they'll be able to see everything I share on the
Oh, I
player's
see
board.
it. There you go.
Pinky
I
flower
will-
with yellow center.
I will show you the purple poppy in my yard.
Oh yeah, let me get rid of the peony then.
ooh, that's so pretty.
Oh, is this on Discord? Sorry. Aw, that looks like lavender.
It is very pretty.
Is in the shape of the plant? I'm not a botanist. Anywho, you guys wrap up your breakfast. Relatively straightforward. Botch has his ham, in the whole leg. But a various assortment spread is prepared, as always, courteous to... Actually, who cooked?
Wait, this is cooked? This is not raw?
Dania.
Nathaniel?
Did Dolisa help?
I did.
Okay, make up an intelligence check. Are you proficient in cooking tools?
No.
Okay, straight
Because
in...
you probably
No.
read a book
Straight
about how
in...
to cook.
Straight, yeah, was it just double checking if you're adding your proficiency bonus? Straight intelligence check with advantage because Delisa's helping you.
23 total.
It tastes like just the way Mama makes it.
Like
Is that-
chemistry, right? You just have
Yeah.
to cook. You have to.
There's
Get
a
in
little bit of not an argument, but a discussion because Bithynia, you're like, it says a quarter cup, so you're like measuring it out, and then Dolisa like grabs a handful, like does like the whole like oh, I've done this a million times thing, and you like get annoyed at that. Like I would get annoyed at that because like honestly, I hate cooking recipes. Like why are they written like Harry Potter spells? just like do just do a bit of a Macarena and then let the salt naturally slip through your fingers. Like, what?
Salt Bay.
Yeah, like, that's how they're written.
Dolisa, I definitely wanted to learn how to cook back when we were at the Bakathia. So I was thankful when I got my own kitchen because living on the food there was not ideal. But I'm glad
No,
that you're here.
I just remember a lot of takeouts.
Well, this is an improvement.
2 heads are better than 1.
Yeah, that, oh shit, babe, what is the name of that Greek pork sausage?
What, Loganigo, Basturma?
Yeah,
Have to be more specific.
yeah, that Luganico really adds up. You said talk about takeaway. But, anywho, yeah, you, come to the end of your breakfast.
Did we decide on which path we were taking?
We
Oh,
did.
before we leave, can I go talk to Daxos about that?
Yeah. I would also like to see Daxos actually. I feel like I really should upgrade this old thing, and she holds up her non-magical trident, which has also been like, kind of corroding away since that one encounter with the acidic things.
Did you ever have it repaired?
No.
Oh, wow, so you've been at a permanent -1?
Yeah.
Wow. Respect.
She's like, yeah, no, this is still good. I can still use this.
But yeah, to answer Delisa's question, did you guys decide on the path?
We did.
All right. You'd like to share that with the audience?
So we are going north. We had 2 island options, and we decided that we could go north first. And up and away.
Okay.
We are going, and by north, I mean we are going to maybe forge something in a volcano.
Mm-hmm.
But we need the help.
Speaking of, you'll notice a new tab now, the world map, and you'll be able to observe on that as well. So I've tried to make it as approximate to the actual scale. It's about 99% correct. But yeah, so you'll be able to use this as a reference in general on top of the one in Legend Keeper as well. So you'll have both options. And this one will also allow you to trace paths that have like mileage on them, which is kind of cool. So yes, you are going to be traveling to Mount Velos, way up over here. And you guys are currently down here. Okay, so unless anybody has any other business at the fort, I'll say that you guys pack up. Are you planning to head straight out of the city after whatever your business in the city is?
I'm guessing so.
Okay.
Unless there's something to do.
Cool. So just I make a note of anything you need to pack or anything like that, anything you need to get in town, and you can see about that. But yeah, I'll say that you spend about an hour walking back to the city. Easy enough.
I need to write a couple letters.
Okay.
I wanted to write a couple letters. Because we're going to be gone for a while, I mean, like game time, how long do we suspect that this will take? Like traveling there, doing whatever we do there, and needing to come back.
Make an intelligence check. If you're proficient in navigator's tools, I'll let you add your proficiency bonus to it.
What was that again? I'm doing the which check?
It's straight intelligence unless you're proficient in navigator's tools, in which case you can add your proficiency bonus as well.
If you are still wearing the cloak, you would get to add your proficiency. Our Seafarer's cloak?
Well, fortunately for us, I rolled a 6 and I re-rolled it to an 8, so I've got 13.
Best you know, it's on average about a 4-day journey to Akros, and that's taking the normal main roads. With a 14, I'll say that's as much as you can recall in particular about how long it would take. You know you're not going to Akros. In fact,
Right.
You'll likely want to give it some amount of berth, so it is certainly likely to be more than 4 days, but that gives you a rough idea.
We also have a GM who might throw some stuff in there, so that's a thing. So 4 days there, 4 days back.
As best you can tell, like you're not sure.
So I'm trying. So when I'm writing these letters, I'm trying to meet with them back in the city, but I'm trying. So I'll just say, because the people that I want to meet with are also going to have to travel, so I'm trying to like orchestrate like the time. So I'm just going to say
8.
14
2 weeks.
days.
Yeah, 14 days would give you some cushion.
Okay. And and then looking at everyone else. So we have these 3 things, these 3 places to go. Were we going to go north to the volcano, back, and then out to the islands, or were we going to go from the volcano down to the islands? Well, we'd have to come back because we need our ship.
I would have to take a boat ride.
Okay. So 14-ish days. Okay, so okay, that's all I need to know. So I will get my letter writing supplies, or re-up them because I always have them on me. And
I'll say that you would know that at least on the way back, maybe not for the whole leg of the journey, but there would be a point where you might be able to traverse the Deda River, and that would be a bit faster. You couldn't do it getting there because it'd be going upstream. You'd be going against the current. It wouldn't be faster than... It would be slower than walking, but when you're going with the stream, that could help you get back a little quicker.
And are we all together right now?
Yeah, I presume so, unless someone went off to do something.
Okay. So I'll pull Jolisa aside. I've got a question for you.
Yes.
I have some. I want to do some more like diplomatic engagements here in Theros, and so I kind of want to cast a wide net so that we have more allies in the future to help prevent maybe a siege like we had before. You're familiar with the area, as the world as much as I am. Do you think it would be worthwhile to take 2 places that are near one another, or do you think we should take places that are across the map from one another?
It's a brilliant question you've hit me with. Well, I think thinking about it logically, the more ground that you cover, the more likely that aid will be able to come based on where you are at that given time.
See, my thought process was I agree with you. Flanking is always a good thing in battle. If someone was coming down the middle and you have support on both sides, that'd be ideal. But then tanks are also really good, I think. I don't really know much about battle, but if you have solidarity together, if you had two cities or areas of Theros together and those were united, they could all come in at once.
That makes sense as well. You should maybe ask Bakios or Mali this. They are more trained in military combat than I.
Are they though?
Yes, I believe so.
I mean, the one is kind of an outcast and refuses to go back home, and the other one has a unicorn and ran away because she didn't like fighting.
Well, I don't know these facts, Bithynia. I'm just judging on what I can see.
Well, we'll stick a pin in it because I need to send out 2 letters, and I will hopefully have the connections. And one more thing, can we keep this between the 2 of us?
Can indeed.
So we know that this most recent attack was from some less than fantastic people, and
that's one way to put it.
So I was thinking, in Theros we have Dunos to the north, but we also have Asphodel to the south. And do you think that it'd be possible to make an alliance with them?
With who, sorry?
With the skeleton ghost dudes, the undead.
Well, that's who we're fighting, darling.
Not all of them. And not everyone has a price, right?
It is common knowledge that whilst the returned from Odunos, who have basically found their way to Odunos and lived there, are the ones that, love to stage raids or in general be a menace upon the other peoples of Theros. The returned who reside in Asphodel tend to largely keep to themselves.
So with the Asphodel, they are completely removed from the ones that actually attacked us. So I'm not trying to befriend or otherwise make a treaty with those that destroyed not only Akros but a lot of Meletis. But the other ones that are similar, could they not be an ally?
Sure, they could. I mean, what do you suppose you would convince them with? They normally keep to themselves.
I mean, so do I, and here I am with Tempest, so... I mean, that's why I said to keep it between you and I, because I just think that it is a risk, and I wouldn't want to jeopardize anything, but I think that there can be allies everywhere. Maybe not with the ones that are actively trying to destroy us, but, if we're trying to fight fire with fire here, maybe they could be something to rely on in the future.
Can I ask as a DM, Bithynia, you would like to cast a wide net in terms of allies, correct?
Mm-hmm, correct.
Okay. As you think about it, it also occurs to you that if you were so inclined, you could try to reach out to the Minotaurs that make their home in the city of Skophos, which is far to the north, beyond the volcano. And you've also spent some time in Tethnos amongst Amalia's people, the Leonin. And there is always the Amazons of Setessa living in the forest. And if you were to travel a bit further east, you could even reach the satyrs of the Skola Vale, or the peoples who live in what is known as the Old World, the Lindisfarne, Tyrios, Delathon, and all of those city-states. You would, all of those, if you're leaving nothing off the table, all of those strike you as potential candidates. And there are also various bands of centaurs that, the ones in the Ferris Badlands are less amiable, but the Lagona merchant caravans could be persuaded, or more likely to be.
Well, thank you, Dolus, as always. You're a great friend and ally. from the Decante and beyond. I'm sure that I'm pretty set on reaching out and sending something to Tessa, but the other areas, I'm not so sure yet.
I mean, you have nothing to lose by doing that. I think asking others to call to arms is a wise decision, and Timurit's rage doesn't seem like it's going to stop soon, so eventually, whether people like it or not, they're going to be dragged into this war.
And how exciting is it? I have this like how great would it be if we could have like our fort as like a neutral area for these people, having more people here to,
Like diplomatic ground, is that what
yeah, diplomatic grounds. How amazing could that be? A place for learning and
I know that look, Virla. Diplomatic immunity. Sorry, Rebecca, continue.
So I just think it would be great. Long-term goals, for the unity and strength of Meletis and beyond.
I agree.
Well, I'll see if I can't figure out a way to bring it up with the others, because I do agree that even if there are faults with the way that they got to Meletis, they do have strengths that I lack, which is on the battlefield. So, see if I can't loop in the others.
If you need any help constructing the letters, let me know. I do have a way with words.
Oh, always have. So then, I'll just let's catch up with the rest of them.
Okay. You catch up with the rest of them. We'll say that this occurred before breakfast, and what do you say to them about this at breakfast?
Absolutely nothing.
Cool. Okay, then I guess I'll say you've made your way in from your fort, the 10-mile journey to Meletis. And as you enter the city, you are greeted with the hustle and bustle of the city. The city is yours. Where do you go?
Daxos.
You're going to go to the Crucible. Okay, it's easy enough. About a 20 to 30 minute journey later, based on your approximation, you're able to navigate your way into the streets of the district where you know the Crucible to be. And you alight upon it, or what's left of it. You do recall that the projectile that brought that giant that you had to battle into Meletis was the same one that leveled the Crucible. And yeah, so where before a beautiful edifice stood that had like a forge at the front and like a sort of penthouse on top of it at the back, now is just sundered. The projectile destroyed the entire habitat, and you see Daxos just standing in the middle of the wreckage, and he still looks wrecked. He's covered in wounds that have been dressed, and about 2/3 of his body is covered in bruising. But with the one free hand that's not in a sling, he's appears to be telekinetically manipulating debris and rubble, things like that, to clear it and try and rebuild. You can technically knock if you want. The door is still standing. Oops, sorry. You knock, and then the door just falls over.
Hi.
He turns. He like jumps and turns around. Oh, it's you guys.
Yeah. How are you doing?
It's okay. They said all the bleeding was internal. That's where the blood's supposed to be.
That doesn't sound good.
No. Do you need further healing?
I won't turn it down, but please don't feel obligated.
Xanthia walks up and puts a hand on his shoulder and does like 10 points of lay on hands.
As the sort of warm blue oceanic light leaves you and then finally enters him and fades away, he is actually able to take his arm out of the sling. A lot of the bruising has sort of receded and he'll be okay.
Feel any better?
That's about 30% less. Thank you.
That's a start.
So what's up?
We wanted to check in on you first of all things, and then see if you're still open for business.
We'll call it closed for renovation. But, I'm always here to help out.
Fair enough. Amalia, was there anything you wanted in particular?
Well, technically, I didn't want something. I wanted something from you. And she points at Dark Souls.
Sort of. Okay. Amalia, I'm flattered,
So-
but it would never work between us.
Oh, no.
He starts laughing.
No.
He starts laughing. He was clearly kidding.
That's not a funny joke. Like, no.
I thought it was pretty funny.
Besides, I kind of like someone else. Anywho, what I was going to say was you claim you're here to help us, yet you're the only blacksmith we know, and you won't help us.
Okay, expound.
Because we have a trident, an old trident, and you say you won't fix it, but yet we need you to fix it because you're the only blacksmith we know, and you won't like me when I'm crying, but I will start crying and whining if you don't help us.
Smiles at you.
I will cry.
He bends down and grabs a satchel, slinging it around his shoulder. So when do we leave?
Yes!
Also, let's be clear. I'm also the only person who can actually reforge that thing. I'm going to be a little egotistical.
That is true.
But he
Yeah.
just continues.
Thank you!
He just continues. What I saw during the battle. I'm done running from what I am. Whether I ask for it or not, if I have the power to make a difference, and I don't, then I don't know that I'm any less culpable.
Also, you'd be a coward, no offense.
That's basically what I just said.
Yes, but you didn't say those words, so I'm just saying them.
You're right.
It's good to have you on board, and she taps.
I'm done being a
taps her head.
coward. Was there something I could help you with, or are we planning to leave right away?
Oh, I think Santia did something.
Yeah. She holds up her really badly battered trident. So until we forge the new one, do you have anything to,
Make it more shiny and new.
Yeah.
Make that more shiny and new would take time that I don't have.
Any other better, less broken one would also just be great help.
I have something, but it'll have to be returned when we reach the mountain. We're going to need it
course.
for something else.
Of course, yeah.
Oh, you get a brand new toy.
And he reaches over. He reaches into his satchel, and you immediately understand this is a bag of holding.
Ooh, Mary
And he-
Poppins style.
Pulls out. Man, this mic does not like the letter P. And he pulls out a metal rod that looks like it has a slightly weighted, porous end, almost like pumice stone.
Mm-hmm.
What is it?
He swings it around a couple times, and as he does so, you see a swirl of salt water gushes from the pores and begins to amalgamate into this sort of like wibbly-wobbly, like ever-rushing orb of water that flows as he swings it around the head. This is I call this the crashing tide hammer. And he sort of swings it, and you watch as he strikes a piece of the rubble, and the water hits it with like it doesn't hit it like feeling like water. It's almost like a normal hammer, like concrete, as he smashes through it. He describes to you what this does. So yes, crashing tide hammer, which you can see a picture of in the player's board. You gain a +1 bonus to attack and damage rolls made with this magic weapon, which extinguishes any non-magical flame that it hits. In addition, when you hit a target primarily made of fire, you treat the weapon's damage die as having rolled their maximum value. The first time on each of your turns when you have advantage on an attack roll against a creature and hit it with the hammer, that creature must succeed in a DC13 strength saving throw or be knocked prone. Whenever you hit a prone creature with the hammer, you can choose to push it 10 feet away from you. I'll give you the item card.
It looks super cool.
Oh, I didn't actually show the audience.
Super
see it.
cool isn't a thing. This is legendary.
I
do.
It's a swishy thing of a hammer.
I do, okay.
Swishy.
Did you forge this, or did you just come across it at some point?
This was a gift. And I'm sorry to part with it.
I promise you, I'll return it. As
I would never be sorry to part with it from you, but I'm sorry to part from it when we get to the mountain.
Okay. Would you mind sharing what the plans for this weapon are?
Is it to fix the other hammer? The other trident?
Oh, God, no, this is going to be part of the bribe.
Bribe?
You didn't think we were going to fight Thraxes, did you?
No, I kind of thought we were gonna persuade the cultist people, and they were gonna have a nice talk with the dragon.
Oh,
and
they
be
can't do
"Yo, they're
shit.
cool."
They're just fucking simps who hang off his leg.
Oh, I thought I was going to actually axe my way through.
That can be a good distraction.
I'm the only one Thraxes is going to listen to. And
No, actually, axe. This is going to be a bad trick.
Amalia, you know what? When you see Thraxes, you'll understand.
I want to know now. What?
Is he an ancient dragon?
Technically, yes.
Oof.
Okay, keep going.
Keep going, yeah.
Some might describe him as a great worm. Botch just made a face.
Don't say that to his face.
But I can't hear you, Ali.
Sorry, no, I'm thinking, are we fighting a Dune level type worm creature here in terms of scale?
Thraxes would be... make an intelligence check. The DC isn't terribly high.
Is Daxus keeping something?
That's a
from
solid
us?
2, sir.
Okay.
Nice.
So I have no idea.
I will say this. You see Thraxes from afar once or twice. You watched him take down a rock for sport. It looked like an eagle attacking a pigeon.
Interesting. Yeah, we're not fighting that thing.
Sorry, what was your question, Heliota?
Is Daxus keeping something from us? Do I feel like he's lying about something or keeping something?
Make an insight check.
I will. I will do that. Okay. Insight. Where's my insights? I cannot find my insight. Oh, that's a 19.
Doesn't seem... You can't tell, and best you can tell, he's not keeping anything from you.
While this is going down, can I go to the library to get some books on this area? Now, because I'm guessing we're here and I can see, I can hear this stuff.
Yes, you can. So Doxos says, he hands you the hammer, Xanthia, and let me see if I didn't prepare to have it, so I might not be up.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. Okay, you have the item card, which I posted in the general Discord chat. Remind me before next week, and I promise you'll have it as a D&D Beyond item.
Cool.
Cool. Daxos does turn to the rest of you and say, was there anything else?
We're gonna need to make offerings to the dragon? Did you say that? Did I hear you correctly?
Everything we need is in this bag.
Okay.
Which is why I can't part with too many items, because nothing can happen to them. We need a big bribe if he's gonna let us pass.
Seeing how you've already packed this bag, were you expecting us to come, or did you want to make your way on your own for there as well?
There's nobody else in Theros who can put that trident back together, so I knew it was a matter of time.
See, I'm sometimes smart.
I think
You
you're
are.
very smart, Amalia.
Aw, Helena. Are we gonna go, or are we gonna sit here?
Was there anything else anybody needed? Bithynia, was there anything you wanted to ask Doxos or anything like that?
No, I just wanted to go get some books on that
Okay.
area because I haven't traveled too much, so I wanted to get some stuff on. See if there's any.
Doxos says, Doxos does say, I'll go with you, Bithynia. I know what to look for. Where shall we meet you guys? Xanthia, did you want the components
yeah.
or?
Before we go, do you still have some magic components where the incense left?
He holds up a finger. He turns around telekinetically, just tears a just stone wall section free and just rummages through what was a shelf. It's aha, take it. And you can. How much did you need?
Just at least 10 gold pieces worth. Not that much.
We'll say. Yeah, he has. So I rolled a d6. I was going to times it by 10 in terms of the gold worth, and I rolled a 1. So yeah, he has exactly 10 golds worth left, and he says, just take it.
Perfect. Thank you. You're the best.
I know. Where should
Is there
we
a
meet?
place to get a health pot before we leave?
You want to hit up Penelope. If anyone has it, it's her.
Yeah. Penelope. Get a couple health pots and then go to the bookstore. Or the library.
Okay. So you go to the you go with Daxos to the erudite repository within the Decatia. Where are you guys meeting them? Crickets.
Should we just meet at our usual lunch spot? Just one more hearty meal before we leave.
Do we maybe
Tell
wanna
me to speak twice.
ask somebody if we could like get like a cart or something to travel with? Maybe they also have cool beasts that we can ride on.
That's a really good idea, yeah.
Okay.
You know, they kind of owe us a favor. We did sort of save the town twice.
Well, you would know where the various stables are, so we can say that you'll meet them there, and then we'll jump to you guys doing that in a moment. Okay. You're able to get to the Erudite Repository, Bithynia, easy enough. And
I'm going to want to find. I have my sights on. I want to get a book on dragon stuff, like
okay.
worms, dragons, history, or anything that's like biology or anatomy or anything of that nature. Like really understanding.
Okay. Make an
that.
investigation check.
20, dirty 20.
Yeah, you pick up a couple books which seems to be exactly what you need. One that seems to be an all-encompassing guide on dragons. And another is a detailed history of Mount Velos in particular. Based on it seems to be a amalgamation of accounts and letters and things like that that just have been sort of itemized into a compendium on Mount Velos.
And then I would also like to look for like the Melitese equivalent of like the art of war, like diplomacy or things like that, or talks.
Make an investigation check.
I got a 10 total.
You spend some time, and you're having a hard time finding exactly what you want. There's stuff that is approximate, but it's not exactly what you need. You clued in Daxos in on what you're looking for, and he says, "Don't bother. If there's anybody who is articulate enough, it's you. Listen. You've already got everything you need. You are the guiding star of this party, of that group. And I need you to promise me something. Keep them safe. Keep them sensible. Like only you can. I need you. More than you know."
Fair enough. And
He
last
reaches
but not
into his
least-
bag and he pulls out a long haft. Just a impossibly sorry. Jesus Christ, with the P's. I need to get a refund on this mic. Oh, that's wrong. Yeah, an impossibly long, a very tall metal staff. And you take it in. It's sort of made of a pale, light metal, tubic, hollow in the center. At each end, you see a small etched face that has been carved into it. At 4 separate sections, you see little brass rings that adorn it in different places, and a whole bunch of beautiful spiraling filigree along this ornate metal stuff. At the very ends, you see 2 other brass rings that are sort of like little big hoop earring type things that thread through each other side, so it sort of creates like this effect, and they sort of hang freely. And he hands that to you.
And as she's holding it, she's like,
That's the one thing I can part with. In terms of what's needed for Thraxes.
And what is this? Other than beautiful, and I appreciate this gift. It just is.
It'll help you keep them safe. I'm not going to spoil the surprise. You'll be able to. You'll discover what it can do soon enough.
Okay.
You can easily
Alright.
identify it as well, Bithynia, whenever you want.
Okay. Okay. I think I have an idea. And then she will just tuck this under her arm. And then the last thing, I'd like, is there a book possibly for helping others learn to read?
Can I just ask, was it for Botch?
And Amalia. It was a 2-for-1 deal, man.
Oh, make an investigation check.
If this was a Telltale game, it would say Ali will remember that.
That's an oof. Oh wait, I got the perfect emoji for this.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be nice here. I thought this was a senseless, nice, kind thing. I rolled a 17 in total.
You don't find anything in the library, but you recall that, like any cohort that ever goes to the Decati, many do go on to teaching. And you recall that some of the people you went to school with went on to be tutors for very young arcanists and whatnot, and sort of be just tutors in their own right. And so you go to them, and they are able to provide you an old copy of one of the books one of the textbooks they were basically given when learning to become a teacher or as a tutor for young people. And so it gives you like lesson plans and things like that, and like how to craft these sorts of things and how to be encouraging.
Not cause any trauma during the learning process.
Exactly.
Okay, well, I
was-
guess that is... Okay, and so while I have Daxos, what is the like range of things that you can make? All the things.
A better question is, what is the range of what I can't make?
Are you able to make jewelry?
Oh, here we go.
He looks at you and says, "Can you read the hungry caterpillar? What kind of a question is that?"
Well, I'm just trying to think of something that'd be like a rare metal. That's something that's like not generally found, but I don't know how that would be sourced.
We're going to the right place for rare metals. What did you have in mind?
Noted.
A ring? A ring? He gives you a knowing look.
Or maybe a pendant. I don't know.
If it were a ring, just double checking because this is an important question. Do you want it to be a ring for a finger or... And he trails off.
I don't know where else rings go, but
Is this a piercing or is this an actual ring?
It's jewelry,
Okay.
but not piercing. Never mind. I'm good. I will think of it.
I meant like the septum.
Metal.
What were you thinking? Jesus. Get your mind out of the gutter.
I was definitely thinking about something that wouldn't or couldn't be worn by myself, but yeah. So no, I don't have any piercings. Nor, I was gonna say nobody that I know, but I think there's at least one.
Helira has a
now.
septum piercing.
Yeah, one. Metals. No, it'll be external. It will not be inside of the body. Like a piercing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know the metals. Like, I don't.
Are you asking him to talk to you about metals? I'm just
Yeah,
clarifying.
yeah. Well, or like metals, or like.
Do you want a rare metal? Well, how rare?
Yes,
Because there
yes.
is always platinum, but there are rarer metals.
I don't. But no, something, just something.
I mean, mercury
Yeah.
is rarer than platinum, but it's not recommended to make rings out of it. He thinks for a moment.
Platinum will do. Is it going to be platinum?
No,
there?
he thinks for a moment. I've just the thing, but we have to hope that there is some in the forge.
Okay.
I've only ever seen he holds up about this much of it in person. If that.
Wait. I have an idea. What about is there fossil or because I think fossil could work, or petrified wood.
There would be no shortage of petrified wood even around the volcano. In terms of fossils, it's a big mountain. You might get lucky, but I can't speak to anything specific in there.
Okay. I think that would be the better direction. All this metal talk is, I don't know.
But I will say this. I remember leaving a single ounce of iridium in the mountain before I left. If the piece is still there, I'll make a ring out of it for you.
Okay. Noted.
But then you've heard iridium mentioned twice, maybe in a couple textbooks. You have no idea what it does. Even you, you're like, oh wow, I've never heard of it. That's pretty rare.
I just am like, you are the guy. That's why I'm asking you, because not me. If you say it's a thing and I know I've heard of it, you can do things with it. So I trust your guidance and expertise in this area.
He smiles and gives you a nod. We shouldn't keep the others waiting.
Yep. So they're going to be back at the tavern, so
let's speed run it. And his burning wings erupt out of it. What was that look?
Oh, because I was like, I'm not running. Absolutely not.
No, he basically he fires massive sheets of flame from his. You guys are outside. He pours sheets of flame out of his back, which sort of coalesce into the vague shape of wings. And he looks at you, Princess Carrie.
Yes, please.
Scripts you up. It's full on Iron Man and Pepper Potts kind of just like rocketing off with you. In the meantime, you guys are looking for stables? Yeah, it's easy enough to find. You are able to find a lovely series of stables, and we're just sort of on the edge of the city, and this is sort of like the main rearers. Like there's like a farmland adjacent to the city. You guys. And you pull up to this ranch, basically. Ooh, who we got? Just heard a follow. #slinging_slasher followed us. Welcome to the Hoplites. Thank you for the follow. You go up to the ranch, and there's someone out in the paddock who seems to be carrying a thing of horse feed and is sort of going around between the two of them. Well, actually, they've got several pails of horse feed because you see... they are, in fact, a Hecaton Goliath and are in the process of carrying a pail in each hand and is just handing it out to each of the horses. Turns around. It's a male Hecaton Goliath, sort of looks to be about your guys' age, actually, mid to late 20s, thick hair tied into an elegant ponytail. Can I help you?
Yes. No one else was going for it. Yes. We are looking for some horseback for a journey that we are to set out on?
Riding or chariot?
Delisa looks over to Hilira for confirmation if she wants the chariot.
Elita's frozen. Oh wait, no, we
She's
got her back.
frozen. Did you hear that?
I heard nothing. I was gone.
He asked us if we wanted riding horses or chariot, and Delisa's looked to you for confirmation.
I will look over to you and just I don't know. I don't really know horses. I just thought we needed some.
I mean, we could also get a cart or something. I know how to drive one.
Well, a chariot is kind of like a cart.
Yeah.
I can ask for.
A chariot can fit 2 people. It you would need to How many would be in your party?
How
There'd
many?
be
Oh.
7.
So at a minimum of 4 chariots would be required. We there are larger chariots which could carry 3 people, but at that point it may be simpler to get a cart.
How fast do they go?
Pull of cart, it would be about 24 miles a day or so.
Well, that literally means nothing to me.
It you would know that that's about standard. It would be the normal 4-day journey to isn't if you were taking the roads and stuff like that. It's like a normal 4-day journey. This is if you take like a draft horse that would be more suited to pulling a cart. A chariot would be.
Anything?
Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry. Do you have anything that flies?
I do not, but the Pegasus Rookery would be able to be found near the shoreline of the city.
Do they do rent-a-Pegasus?
They do not. Pegasus are incredibly difficult to rear and incredibly difficult to maintain, so it is unfortunately a permanent running process. They cannot afford the risk of the resources that would be required to replace a Pegasus were it lost. Unless it had been accounted for.
We have a plummet, and they dropped Our Lady once.
An apt name, it would seem.
So, if we were to rent perhaps 1 chariot and 5 riding horses, how much would that set us back?
For how much time?
Like 2 weeks.
2 weeks, I believe.
Bear with me one moment, and he pulls out a little wax tablet and he does a series of quick calculations.
I will whisper to Delessa, do you know if they have insurance on these? Because, what if the dragon eats them?
He's gonna make a perception check. Oh, that's a natural 3. For 2 weeks, all inclusive, and including the deposit, which would be returned upon the safe return of these beasts and the chariot. 1,000 gold pieces.
Oof.
500 of which would be returned to you when you return the horses.
We could also go and ask. Going through my names. What's her name again? Elspeth? Maybe she has some flying things that can help us. We don't have to pay 1,000 gold.
does seem like. I mean, you seem like a reputable fellow. That price does seem a little bit steep. Right. If you think we have other options elsewhere, then so be it. But does this guy's establishment look like it's been heavily affected by the battle?
Make a perception check.
17.
You do see a fair amount of damage. You also see, you see these dark spots on the ground. Some in places larger than others, and you haven't thought about it till now. The herd does look smaller than you might expect. And yeah, there's, broken fencing here and there, and doesn't look like they did too well, or this place did too well.
All of Meletis has been heavily affected by the raging battle that just ensued. It is affecting us all, both in body and spirit, financially as well. I can see you've had your fair share of setbacks. Us ourselves are tight on money, and we are going on this adventure in the first place in hopes that we can stop further conflict like this in the future. If you are unaware, cities to the north, Akros, are under attack from the same people that attacked Meletis. They returned. Our goal is to stop this, to stop them. But we need to become stronger, more powerful to do so. If you could see it within your heart to let us take these fine beasts from your stables here for a discounted price, then you'll be playing such a large part.
Make a persuasion check.
Uh, 26.
How many horses was it?
So it was a chariot, which I'm guessing is pulled by horses, and
Yeah.
then it was an extra 5 riding horses.
Okay, so a total of
That.
6 riding horses.
Yeah.
Full disclosure, I kind of pulled that number out of my ass, and I realize now that might have been a little excessive, but we'll RP this 24 times. Sam24970, welcome. Thank you for following.
Great name as well.
Hey. Okay, I'm going to treat each horse like a skilled hireling, because that's just easier for my brain, which is 2 gold pieces per day. So for 2 weeks rental, 6 horses would be 144 gold pieces. So we'll call that, we'll say a total of 200, taking into account a deposit that would be expected so that the horses would be covered.
Mm-hmm.
Should they be returned, should they not all return, and tack on an extra 24 for renting the chariot. So we'll call it an even 250, counting the deposit and everything. He basically says to you, I'm sorry, you seemed affluent, and I thought a little dishonesty might go a long way to helping these creatures, but the normal rate would actually be 250 gold for everything considered, including the deposit, and you would receive a 50 gold return. 50 of that gold would be returned when the horses would be returned. I'm sorry I tried to take advantage of you.
No, it's absolutely fine. We appreciate the honesty. Times are very difficult at the minute. I completely understand. I hope to see your establishment back on its feet as soon as possible. And we hope that this money can go and contribute towards that. Thank you.
Go with the light of Heliod. And he gives you a nod and is able to provide everything you require. So you've got one chariot. So it's a standard sized chariot that's being pulled by one horse, so it can fit 2 people, and that has 5 other riding horses.
Perfect. Now, Delisa doesn't have 250 gold pieces on her, so
I'll cover it.
Okay.
I'll say at this point you see like that's odd. You see an orange star in the sky, which is weird because it's the middle of the day. Sam24970 just subscribed for 1 month. Oh my god, thank you.
Wow.
We
Enjoy
are
those new emotes.
enjoy those new emotes. Make liberal use of the Bakios Rage today. We need to get like a GIF of you replicating it, so that can be like a slightly more that'll be a channel point reward.
I mean, it does look like I'm really angrily jerking someone off, but yeah.
Well, now it's in my head forever. Also, if that's how you jerk off, you're doing it wrong.
I never said I did that for myself. That's me angrily jerking someone else off. I mean,
Cool. Title of the episode: angrily jerking someone else off.
how I angrily jerk someone else off.
Anywho, you guys watch as the sort of burning winged form of Daxos descends, carrying Bithynia bridal style. As he sort of alights on the ground, pulls the wings away. Got everything you need. Oh, Bithynia wanted to go to the potion shop, right?
Yeah, I need a health pot or 2.
You can
because-
swing by Penelope's on the way. He'll drop you off and you go inside. Penelope is easily enough able to see you.
What kind of health pots do we have in today? What's the stock like?
Sort of Penelope looks up at you. Oh. Alright, 1 second. It's like I don't know, maybe it's just meant to be that volume. Oh, Bithynia, it is good to see you.
You as well.
RenReb _. Thank you for the follow. Welcome. See why Matt does these at the end. Let me have a look. The city cleaned me out, unfortunately. They're, looking to shore up defenses, but here. And she sort of reached behind the counter. This is for personal emergencies, but I'd be willing to part with it for a good cause.
I appreciate that. And what kind of health pot is this again?
This would be a potion of superior healing. So, superior healing, 8d4 rare variety, 8d4 plus 8 healing. And yeah, so she will be willing to part with that for 900 gold pieces.
How many?
900.
Okay. Sold to the lady. Get carried in.
And she's able to hand that to you.
Is there anything that you might need? I'm going out for a week or 2. Is there anything that you might need out in the wilderness that I can keep my eyes on?
Oh, where are you headed?
The mountains. There's a volcano up there.
Mount Velos.
Velos? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Just thinking while making health potions or what have you. I don't really understand the formula for it, but if there's something I could keep my eye on, I'd be more than happy to pick some up on the way there.
She has a think for a moment. If you can, there is a rare flower that grows around Mount Velis. It would be of great help.
And what does it look like, or what is its name? Does it have does it need to be delivered back to you in any particular way, like dried? Will it?
It has a longer name, but it's colloquially known as a petrified egg flower. As its name suggests, it has this bulb at the center, which is a very dark grey. It's got these little ridges on it, so it resembles a petrified egg. The actual petals are these sort of pale peach colors around it.
Well, it sounds pretty. If I find some, I would be happy to bring some back for you. Is there any handling concerns? Do I need to use gloves or anything of the sort? Is it poisonous?
It is not poisonous, but it is fragile. If you have a container that could help preserve it, it would be very beneficial.
Oh, I don't know if I have one of those.
Alternatively, if you're able to desiccate it before you bring it back, that would it would be less important. The main thing is it doesn't rot as it's plucked up, so if you're able to dry it out before you take it back, or bring it back in something that can preserve it in some other way.
See if I can't find something. Or maybe I can use the glass container that this health potion came in.
It could be a shout. I believe also, did Scotinos take the bag of holding with him? I heard he had left the city. I'm sorry about that. But, because his had been modified to preserve any organic matter that was inside it.
I will check back with the group because I do know that we are in possession of a bag of holding. I don't know which one it is. They all hold many things. But I will double check to see what we have. If we see it, I will bring it back.
Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate it. And if there's anything I can do to help you know how to reach me, I wish you all the luck in the world on your journey, and stay safe. She gives you a big hug.
You as well. She returns the hug, takes her thing, tucks it away, and she's out like a light.
Then Daxos joins the rest of you guys.
Delisa sees you coming in, Bithynia, and she's like, it's weird. I have seen you fly in like that before, but the last time was when I was high on spice. And I remember the boy next to me was also high on spice in the medical tent, but he was soaking wet and claiming to be the living spirit of Thassa. So that just triggered a memory that I really
Daxos says, "Hey, it worked on you, didn't it?"
Definitely did.
And look over. I too was high on spice. I wasn't actually flying though. I thought I was, but I was not.
That's always the case. Did you get your books?
Is that year a blur for everybody? Because there are gaps in that year for me.
Like Swiss cheese.
Yeah.
Yes, I got my books, and I'll have to share them with you later. They're interesting. I got us a variety, a little something for everyone, maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
Great. Well, we have some horseback secured. And a chariot for 2 people.
What path are we taking, by the way?
Well,
does anyone have a map?
Yeah, do you guys want a map?
I think we got a map at some point.
I
Yeah,
thought
you
we
did.
just knew that
You
there
did-
was a road out of the city, and that was it. That you
You
took.
did purchase one, so you guys do have a map. I remember that.
I think the most important thing is we want to avoid the conflict at Akros. The army are coming from Mudonos from the east, so we probably want to bear west, around the west side of Akros. That would be the safest option.
All right.
We'd
Sounds good.
have to cross the mountain range, I suppose.
If you guys have the map out, Daxos will look at it. If we take the main road up... Oh, sorry, go ahead, Bithinia.
Continue.
If we take the main road up the Data River, at least to the base of the mountains, that would be faster than veering off the bed path, at least, and safer for that section of the journey. From there, we can make a left into the Valley of Taphos. And he points that little inlet which you see right next to the Titan Stairs. From there, crossing the Catacan Mountains is in a north direction across the Rican Fork and straight to Mount Velas. Would come to about 260 miles in terms of distance, about 80 of it being across mountains. That would be one way to do it, unless anyone has any other ideas.
That sounds good to me. The only thing that I would recommend, given the last trip that we had through the mountains, I don't know if we should if we could borrow Bakio's pelts, but do any of you have your warm weather or cold weather clothing with you?
Oh, I
Because,
don't need any.
like,
And Daxus, you also seem to be quite the hot fella.
He gives you the finger guns back. Yeah, no, I'm a walking nuclear reactor. I'm good.
I just was going to suggest or propose if anyone wanted to gather some.
Dolly said
I'm
you
cold
have
weather.
warm clothing.
Yeah, I might need some warm clothes, Bithinia. I'm not used to the cold.
We'd have to go back in the city and get it. Oh, we can try skin something while we're out there. Your call.
We do have a tiny hut, so we can stay warm, but that might not do us
Well,
much good.
No, not while we're
Talk
traveling.
about-
Yes. If you're happy to,
I can run and get something if you have the gold.
yes. How much?
It is an actual item. Warm. Oh, winter clothing. Is that what it's called? I always forget. There is an item called winter clothing. Winter survivor gear. So survival gear. Clothing, cold weather. 10 gold pieces.
Okay. She hands him 10 GP.
Yeah, he just basically rockets into the city and then like 20 minutes later rockets out. And I tried to get something in your style. And he gives you like a big, he's gotten you like a big fur coat that seems to have been made out of some sort of white pelt. It looks a bit like, if you've seen Rescue Rangers, no, not Rescue Rangers, The Rescuers, the old Disney movie, the big, Bianca's big white coat.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, it's some real extra shit as well. It looks like, yeah, let me see if I can, damn it, too many tabs.
So Daxus is running back to do that while we're idle at like the edge of the city, ready to leave, correct?
I presume so, yeah, so that's what it looks like.
Nice. Yeah.
Perfection.
Okay, but
Oh.
he is able to acquire that, and you guys are all good to go. Okay. You set off. Cool. So the first 4 days of the journey are going to be, because you are taking the main roads, there will be no rolling. Does anybody wish to do anything during this time?
I would just like to talk to Bakhios.
Yo. Bithynia, what you got?
So Bakhios, back at
Yep.
the Decatia, Dolisa and I used to like playing this game. I was wondering if you would humor me in playing this game. Just to pass the time. Yeah, it's
Okay.
this game where you get 2 options, and it's called Smash or Pass.
Now, when you say smash, do you mean as in punch them in the face, sexy time, or both?
Up to your interpretation. Could be both. I don't know what you do in your free time. It's fine. So, I was just going to give you 2 options, and you could tell me. Smash or pass. Like, which one you'd smash and which one you'd pass.
Okay.
You've traveled so much, which is so cool. So, I'm guessing you've met many cool people around Theros, yeah?
A fair amount, yes.
So, if it was between, say, like, Triton or Centaur, smash or pass, which one?
Wait, so do you want me to tell you which one I would smash and which one I would pass, or
Yeah,
smash or pass for each one?
Well,
Oh.
your call. I mean, you could smash them all. I don't care. Like,
Here's the thing, right? If I'm gonna smash someone, it means sexy times, right? And
Okay.
sexy times, at least if I'm gonna have sexy times with somebody, they've got to have the same number of legs as me. So out of the 2, it's got to be a triton.
okay. See? All right.
A fairly reasonable line of reasoning, all things considered.
Okay. And then what about a satyr or one of the women from Satessa?
Satessa, I don't...
Yeah.
What's Satessa again?
So
It's,
those are the very large Amazonian women with 6-packs.
Oh, Satessa, easy. Yeah. When one of them rides you, right, they can go for fucking hours and it's fucking incredible.
Thick thighs save
They've
lives.
got the core strength to really jam it home, you know?
It's good. It's good. And
Got one more if you feel if you're feeling a little bit adventurous.
I'll
okay.
leave it up to the group.
Okay.
Yeah, I only have one more.
So I had such an awful quote in my head. Oh.
You an awful quote? No. Okay, so with the lake thing, what about okay, I'll make Minotaurs or the Returned?
What? Wait, the return? I mean the dead people?
Look, when we played this game, we didn't have all our faculties, okay? The ideas are just bonkers. Okay, I don't know.
Well, based on the fact that returned by definition are always going to be slightly moist, whereas the Minotaurs have to be made moist, I would rather go with the Minotaurs.
Okay, and I think that's the end of that.
Thank you. Atios, I got all of the information I could ever wanted and more.
Ew.
Oh my god.
Listen, don't hate the player, hate the game.
I'm not hating the player, I'm just suffering. All right.
Welcome.
The first day comes to a
okay.
close. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Can I do something?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Delisa is gonna ride up to Amalia. Your face. And she says, I'm sorry to bother you, Amalia. I wanted to inquire about something I heard back at Daxos' place in Melites. You mentioned, this is very intrusive of me, and I apologize. But you mentioned that you liked someone.
I didn't. No, did not say any such thing. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, I mean, I heard it with my 2 ears. Are you shy to talk about it?
I just, Where's Scotty when I need Scotty?
Cuts to Scotty living his best life drinking.
Is it Scotty that you're fond of?
No, he's like my brother. I love him to
Oh.
pieces, but he's just
Okay.
like...
Well, a brotherly love is still love. If you'd rather not talk about it, that's fine. But as a cleric of Amaranthe, I thought it best to help you discover that love and pursue it. Maybe in the future.
You know, that would be a good thing. I know the other person doesn't know me that well, to kind of like me like that. So, you know, I'm just gonna let it sit.
Oh, okay. So it's like a crush from afar. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I think so. Like, that person's great and everything, but you know, I'm a fur person and they're a person, so you see what I mean?
I'm picking up what you're putting down, but I don't think you should let that stop you.
Yeah, okay. You can, like, I like you. You're a new person. You seem cool. I see what you're going for, but I'm just gonna write it a little bit
Okay.
that way.
Okay.
I'll see you later.
All right. Bye, Amalia.
Bye-bye.
Well, that didn't go as expected, but it's worth the try, Dolisa.
It's like an unstoppable force meets an immovable object situation.
That's it. That's all I wanted to do.
You come to the end of the day, I'll say... Are you traveling at a fast pace or a normal pace?
I think time is of the essence. We may as well move quickly while we can.
Okay, cool. So you've managed to traverse a sum total of about 30 miles today. So that would come to... Yeah, you've just managed to crest past the... I'll say you've just managed to crest past the Four Winds Plateau. But you've traveled as far as you can. And the sun is beginning to set. What would you guys like to do?
Set up a tiny hut.
Okay. You begin meditating. Daxos comes up to you. What are you doing?
Putting up a tiny hut.
Smiles at you and smiles at the rest of you. Reaches into a sash and pulls out a beautiful, ornate silver key that's like encrusted with amethysts. And he just puts it into thin air and you watch the head of it disappear.
The giant house is gonna appear, isn't it?
And then he just pushes the air and a like doorway, like about like a 10-foot tall doorway just opens up. And he just says, "After you." And you step inside and you see just the most magnificent grand hall. It there's an enormous marble hall that goes downwards, framed with beautiful Grecian pillars, mosaics on the side, this grand entrance that has lit by burning braziers. And as you sort of walk through this echoing hall, which in fact you see a incredibly large statue of a bronze statue of, you know, it's like a classic pose, like a maiden holding an amphora kind of thing. But the statue does stand above. The amphora is pouring water into, like water does pour freely from the amphora, and you do notice that the statue itself is on an island in the center of a large pool in this round hall. All around the edges of this sort of large, more cylindrical hall that's beyond the entranceway, you see different doorways that lead to different places. Never leave the city without that key.
It's amazing. Thank you.
You'll find your rooms on the second floor.
Shouldn't someone stay, like, on watch?
Nobody can see the door unless I say they can.
Interesting.
Well, Dolisa, would you like to go for a short breather outside together, maybe?
Yes, I'm concerned about the horses as well.
You can accommodate the horses as well, but Daxos does say they don't leave the entranceway. I'm not getting horse shit all over my pretty mansion.
That's fair.
Fair enough.
Daxos, have you got a sauna, a hot tub, jacuzzi, that kind of thing?
Main pool is here, and oh right, and he sort of claps his hands. Like the sort of tiles shift next to the pool with a stairway that seems to lead down somewhere.
I am going down there.
And yeah, you go down and you see a corridor that has hot tub room on one side and sauna room on the other.
Oh, all right. This is where I'm at all night, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to get so hot and so wet. Feel free to join me.
You'll see a small chain in the center of the room. That's the shit I've somehow, that's the help me, I'm going to turn into a desiccated prune chain.
Okay, I shouldn't need it, but thank you.
Countless people have said that, and yeah, saunas are a dangerous place. Which, fun fact, is true.
Yeah.
I feel like that sauce has got hot and heavy down there. Or maybe Delphili or someone.
Don't let Scotty know.
Okay. Can I have a conversation with Dolisa outside now?
You certainly can.
Okay.
Yeah, go for it.
So, Dolisa, you remember how earlier we said that I should probably talk to Bakios, maybe about the war stuff?
Yes, I do.
Or not war stuff, but the extending of offers, right? And I couldn't figure out while we were writing, I figured it out. I needed to break it down in a way that didn't seem as obvious, so I decided he's not going to pick up on it if I play smash or pass. He won't pick up on it. So I used that as a way, whatever he picked, as the way to pick where I put my alliances first. So he picked Triton, Satessa with the Amazonians, and then Leona. So I think that those should be our first
Minotaur,
three.
by the way. You said Minotaur or returned.
And you said
Minotaur.
Yeah, Minotaur. Okay, so Minotaur from Scofo. So those would be our three places to start.
Right, yes.
There's absolutely no rhyme or reason to this other than that he would smash in all of these places, which is weird, but it was how I presented it, so maybe he'll get something out of it too.
It's not that I would prefer it. It's just you gave me an option of a. It's a really shit way of doing it, by the way. Oh my god!
Always and forever conspiring. So, what do you think? Do you think that this is sufficient, or do you think I should get a second opinion and go at it from a different angle with Hilera?
Well,
I can't just go around asking everyone who they'd smash or pass on. That's.
I mean, you could. I mean, first and foremost, Bakios has clearly impeccable taste there. Some excellent choices. Yes, I mean, I don't know what you lose from reaching out to everyone that you can. I don't know if you have to limit yourself to Tritons and Minotaurs and the other people that Bakios would smash on.
Question, sorry, are you guys outside?
Yes, we stepped outside.
It does begin to rain at this point.
Any final thoughts on that, Dodoli said? Because these are the people that I would start my letters off to begin with.
I mean, the ground that you're covering is very far and wide, so I think that's a good positive to take.
Yeah, I do like that because the Minotaur from Gophos are from the north, I think. Can't see the map. Which is way north, and that might be also really nice because they are on the other side of Aduna, so that would be ideal. And then Satessa is right next door, so I guess he was able to answer my question or solve my dilemma earlier, so it looks like we're flanking.
Yes. I have nothing more to add. I trust in you, and I hope that they respond in good faith.
Likewise. Well, shall we go inside? I don't want to get any more wet than we already have been.
Yes, I'm starting to feel like the boy in the medical tent. Let's go.
Okay, you guys step inside and are just about able to hear the rain still just pitter-pattering outside. But, okay, so as, Daxos welcomes you all to your various rooms, Xanthia, your room specifically, however, he does say is on the ground floor, and you notice that pipes have been fed from the pool as well to basically create a secondary pool room, but basically it's got, he's not a Triton, he's not 100% familiar, but from what he knows, he's been able to sort of construct a entirely underwater room that approximates what a Triton room might have.
Oh, that was so thoughtful. Thank you. Really not necessary, but I really appreciate it.
Entirely necessary. You're my guest after all.
Thank you.
If you need anything, just refer to one of the servants. And you see these sort of... So they're like bronze statues come to life. They're these constructs of like statues of various different, maidens or like male figures as well that seem to be working almost like automaton butlers.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like these mobile bronze golems.
I think this might be the nicest place I've ever stayed in, honestly.
I love this key.
I can see why.
Right.
There's
Dinner's
no
in
chance you have a spare key? Just, asking for a friend.
I could make another one of these keys, but it'd be expensive. This cost a fortune just to make.
Yeah, that's fair, yeah.
But, if we're going to be at the mightiest forge in all of Theros, we can see what's possible. No promises, though.
All right.
He leads you all to your respective rooms, and your rooms are tailored, appropriate. Botch, yours is... Well, actually, Hilira, both yours and Botch's are just styled very much in the style of Akros, sort of. There's that sort of the color scheme and the architecture of the interior of the room is... He doesn't necessarily know what you guys like, per se, so he's sort of hedged his bets, and it's a very Akron room for the both of you, although tailored appropriately to, 40-plus male and younger female. Amalia, your room is more like a den, actually, so it's... different sort of like torches and like reflective glass give the appearance of a savanna ambiance. And the beds and the bedding and stuff like that is sort of made look of like these rich, comfortable walls that sort of simulate like the grasslands of Oreskos.
Ah, interesting.
And Bithynia, you and Delisa both get the, Ritz-Carlton treatment, like 4-poster bed, like silk sheets, the works. Right. Food is in an hour. Get comfortable. I'm gonna go work. And he will go into the forge that is what actually provides the heat to the hot tub. Bithynia, you have a moment to yourself, and you have a shiny staff.
Yeah, I'm going to ask the GM what it is. Because
Okay,
I don't know.
you can cast Identify on it. You ritual cast it takes.
Identify.
Cool.
Mhm.
If you would like to go into the Add Equipment tab on D&D Beyond, you can search for the Arcanist's Bow Staff, and that is spelled with a W.
Mhm. And I'm
Found it?
okay. Oh yeah, I did.
Oh, wait. Sorry, I got the rarity wrong. 1 second. How did I do that?
Oh yeah.
Refresh? Is it still showing blue rarity?
Oh, I gotta go back. Yeah, it's in blue.
Okay, well, it should be purple. I'll fix that. But in the meantime, you can look it up and see what it does.
Some cool stuff. Super cool stuff. Thank you.
And if you feel like sharing it with everybody, you can as you join everybody for dinner.
Okay.
But you don't have to. You can keep it a secret.
No, I can. I'll bring it down. I'll bring it down.
Cool. There is also a picture as well.
So coming down to dinner, I'm guessing there's a large enough table for all of us.
Can we rewind a little bit?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you got a knock on your door, Bithynia.
Mm-hmm.
Do you let me in?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Who is it?
It's the flower. It's the flower to your bee.
Come in, please. Please come in.
Thank you. I am sorry to interrupt. I don't know if you're busy with anything, but I wanted to know more about this Daxos. I don't know anything about the man, and maybe I thought maybe you could tell me a little bit about him, who he is, and you clearly all show great faith in him. So
I posted a picture of the bow in the players board, by the way, just if that's anyone
That's
was
not
interested.
yeah.
Yeah, he's someone who we've known for a long time here in Melodies, who's always been there. I'd say a above average merchant who's able to build anything. Somehow, it's one of those things where you just don't ask how, and he can, and he has a price, and it's usually favorable. So, yeah, he's as smart and wise as he is crafty and good with his hands and making things. Anything that he puts his mind to and his abilities, he's able to craft, and it's really remarkable.
He's clearly a very powerful mage as well. I mean, this mansion that he's constructed is breathtaking.
All right. Let's not suck his dick too hard.
You're not there.
You're not that.
I mean,
You just hear this voice anyway.
No, actually, Botch is in the corner with like a bowl of figs or something. He's been there the whole time.
I have mastered the
pool.
art of standing so still that I have become invisible.
Well, no, I can see the concern, and I think that I believe that there's more than one person here within Tempest who has questioned his position within the city, his abilities, where they came from, or what he's using them for, and yet the entire time I've lived here, I've never known him to be anything but honorable. That doesn't mean that he's not playing a big game. However, we are in his house and his home currently, and I am thankful and grateful for that. And speaking of, and then she'll like go to the bed. Do you see the staff that he gave me today while we were out? I was looking for 3 very particular books and I couldn't find one, but he did gift me this, and then she'll hand it over. Do you know what this is?
I mean, it looks like a bow that you shoot an arrow from.
So you wouldn't know that yet. It looks like sort of like a long staff rod right now.
Okay.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
So
No, I have no idea, darling. To be fair though, now we're showing gifts off. It does remind me back to our dear friend Magalo.
rest in peace with her.
Yeah.
I agree with you that, you know, Doxus quite possibly could be the continuation where Magara left off for us and all of the specialties and neat things that he has available in this, a bow staff, although it doesn't look like it here, definitely will allow me to have ranged attacks should I come into the situation where I don't have access to what I do best in regards to spells.
I mean, that sounds amazing. I didn't know you were a bit of a hunter, Bithynia.
You know, you and me both. I just thought, being one of the few here who doesn't have that skill set, maybe it would be worth my while to have something to be more versatile. And, Bacchus and the rest of them, they do have skill sets. If they can learn to read, I can learn to shoot.
Well, I mean, why not? And your spells are very finite in resource, right? So this gives you an extra dimension to your fighting capabilities.
And what's really cool is that it's with arcane magic that helps with it, or arcane energy that helps. So it's very much still within within me to make it work. But
Yes.
I'm excited.
Yes. I'm excited for you. You deserve this.
And then she'll give Dolly a hug. Is it dinner time yet?
I think so.
Just before you guys go down, Dolisa, Bithynia would also know and would be able to share with you the following information about Daxos, should you so wish.
Yeah.
So he is undeniably a half-nymph in terms of his heritage. What is interesting about him is that he unmistakably, as you may have seen from some depictions of him, his hair and his eyes are the color of fire or molten lava. And they seem to almost slightly glow.
Mm-hmm.
You've met one or two. Actually, no, you haven't met any half nymphs, but you know of them. They're a rare thing to begin with. The union between a mortal man and a nymph.
Yep.
What makes Daxa so unique is that he is the child of an Oread, nymph of earth and fire. They are the least amiable of the nymphs by an order of magnitude. There are deranged cultists and smiths who try to earn their favor and are usually rediscovered as piles of ashes, still wearing a pair of boots. As all that's left of them. Somehow, a mortal was able to charm or just capture the heart of an Oread long enough that a child was born. First of his kind. As in, the only known Oread half-nymph.
Wow.
And the consensus seems, although, no one was there, but the understanding is that this Oread presented this child, this new creation, this... And you know, Purfos the Smith God, who is sort of like the patron of Oreads, or they're his like disciples above the other gods. Part of his dogma, part of his tenets is the idea of innovation. Out with the old, in with the new. There are legends of him creating the most beautiful, you know, craftsmanships, stuff that would put anything on the mortal plane to shame, then immediately destroying it and then starting over because of an imperfection impossible to perceive by non-divine eyes. So when he was presented with this new thing, this thing that no one had ever done before, this new creation, this innovation, if you will, he was impressed. And he gifted that child with divine sorceress power. And that child would grow up to be Daxos.
Thank you.
It's as much as Bithynia would know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you guys go down. Oh yeah, so Bithynia, you were showing the... So you go down to dinner, and Daxos has... So the room directly opposite the entrance hall is the one where there's like this grand dining table, and there is just a spread, and I mean a spread. Like there's at the center there's this four long iron rods that seem to have dozens upon dozens upon dozens of souvlakia roasting upon them in the center of like this bed of coals that rests at the center of the table, and just everywhere else is just laden with, olive leaf wrapped delicacies and figs and all. It's a cornucopia of barbecued delights.
It looks amazing. It looks delightful. How is it, everyone?
Oh, that just takes me right back to the barbecue we had a while ago, just before all of the bad things went down. But yeah, have you been able to relax?
A little bit. I was quite excited, and then she'll pull it out. She's like, I have this amazing bow staff now. Have any of you ever used one of these before?
Can't say that I have, really.
I don't know. Can I have a look?
Sure. She'll hand it over.
Oh. Do I know how to use this thing, or am I just flailing around with it?
You're not capable of using it as a bow. I'm saying that out of character.
Yeah.
Botch would have known. I don't know if you've looked up the item, but
It's an attune.
you can't. Well, it's not so much about the attune. The attune has a requirement that Botch doesn't meet.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But it's well made and terribly well balanced. You could swing it around like a quarterstaff fairly effectively if you wanted to.
Oh, this is pretty cool. You might want to take it back off of me in case I break this thing or someone else, and I just hand it back for fear of in-game and out-game wrath.
If you broke it, I would eat this table. Not that it's impossible to break, but I don't know that a mortal man has the upper body strength.
Challenge accepted.
He looks at you. It's okay, Bithynia.
No, I will keep it. I would like to
Oh.
at least try to use it at least once before someone else breaks it.
But he made it a challenge.
It's okay, big guy. There's going to be plenty of things to break where we're going.
Oh, hell yeah. I like to smash.
Oh, you're in for a treat. But yeah, so Bithynia, you can go on.
Ew.
So as she's like telling it, have any of you have any of the others have any of you used the quarterstaff before? Bow staff?
You actually, all of you would have trained with it at least to some degree as part of your weapon training. It's not the most complicated or martial of weapons, so yeah. No, everybody here is proficient in simple weapons, I think, so.
Gotcha. So she'll like hold it up and she's like, do you see these two rings that are at the end? So what ends up happening is that this is like the bow, and so the when used by me, the like my arcane energy is what will be used to draw the bows, so I can pull it back. And so the arrow that is shot will disappear after it hits or misses the target.
As part of this, Bithynia, basically, she furrows her brow as if concentrating on something mentally, and the staff actually bends backwards, just of its own accord, forming the shape of a bow. Then Bithynia goes to draw it, and there's no string or anything, but as she pulls it back, like this sort of like arcane energy coalesces into the shape of an arrow, also connecting by the two rings, this sort of like thin line of arcane energy and a longer arrow of blue pulsating light. And Daxos grabs one of the plates and throws it up. Make an attack roll, Bithynia.
All right, let's see. Let's see. I genuinely don't think I've ever made. Okay.
So
I haven't made an attack.
You can treat it like a spell attack roll because it's your intelligence modifier anyway, and it's your proficient.
22. 22 to hit.
Like a streaking lance of blue energy. This celestial arrow, this sort of arcane arrow, streaks through and strikes the plate in a shower of starlight sparks, and ash falls to the ground.
As she's putting it down. Isn't that cool? Do you see? Daxos is so cool. Like, he made this. Like, ah. Also, do we owe you for that plate?
No.
Okay. Eee.
That was amazing, Bithynia.
I don't know. I've never had a weapon really before that was like to use like a weapon. So I am excited that I have something. I can be a little more fighty like everyone else now.
I think that would even impress Nylia, honestly.
Amalia, I can't hear you. Say it again?
I have a question
Mm-hmm.
for Bithynia. So could you technically Eldritch blast your arrow, so like the little tip, and then throw it, and then the arrow will be on fire, or no?
I mean,
No.
you're saying I mean, I would say that you can certainly try, but I'm pretty sure it's a no.
So Bithynia will go into detail about the exact nature of this, and the DM will read it out. So when you attune to, so it requires an attunement by a creature with an intelligence of 17 or higher, which is why Botch couldn't use.
Oh.
R.I.P.
While you attune to the quarterstaff, it remains solid in your grip, but feels pliable within your mind. When you attack with the weapon, you can choose to use your intelligence for the attack and damage rolls made with it. You must use the same modifier for both rolls. Whenever you take the attack action, you can choose to make your attacks at range. When you do, you can use your mind to telekinetically curve the quarterstaff into the form of a longbow. The bow is magically strung with an arcane energy that arcs between the rings on either side of the weapon. A glowing magical arrow is drawn into existence whenever the arcing energy is pulled back. The arrow disappears after it hits or misses its target. When you make a ranged attack with the quarterstaff in this way, the weapon is treated as a magical longbow. The longbow can only use the ammunition that it generates and does not have the heavy property. While you are attuned to that Arcanist bow staff, you're proficient with this longbow when using it this way. You gain a +2 to attack and damage rolls made with this magic weapon. And in addition, the quarterstaff has 8 charges and retains a d6 +2 at dawn. Whenever you take the attack action, you can expend 1 charge to immediately cast Magic Missile at first level as a bonus action. When you do. Thank you, Morse. He just redeemed you just said words and I didn't understand them. When you do, the missiles fly from the drawn bow or sculpted faces adorning the weapon.
Isn't that cool? Isn't that super cool? That's cool, right?
It is.
Very impressive, yes.
It's not as shiny as any of Amelia's axes, but it is pretty cool.
I sharpen my axes to make them look shiny.
I'll say this again. Amalia, your axe is solid iron. It's not shiny.
It is to me. It's pretty.
It is pretty, but it's not shiny.
There's a reason why they call it stainless steel.
And this, like, it's not stainless steel. It's like cast iron, or it's like
exactly.
solid iron. Yeah. And yeah, well, Bithynia, your stuff is made of silver, actually.
Ooh.
It's
Shiny.
super fun. Super fun. So we're all enjoying dinner.
Yeah.
Bakios, how was the pool? Were you going down to the pool?
Oh, I feel so relaxed. I could just pass
Oh my
out
god, I'm
right
so sorry.
here.
Acrobatic Banana Split, aka Tina, my best friend in the whole wild world, just subscribed to 3 months. Tina, thank you so much.
Ayo.
Like honestly, words fail me. You're the best friend a guy could ever have. I love you. Thank you.
Aw.
Sorry, Watch, continue.
Sorry, no, I was just saying that I'm so fucking relaxed. You guys should all get naked and get in those pools.
That
So look
sounds
at
like a good idea,
Delisa.
Bakios.
Everyone else? I'm in.
Daxo says,
I was naked and I felt great.
I mean, I'm down. And I'll say, as a general note, the idea of like just being nude in like a public bath is not something that's considered weird. In Theros, put it this way, they're very Mediterranean about it. like the Swiss. No, is it the Swiss with their saunas or the Finns? I can't remember.
I thought it was the
Finns.
Germans.
Oh,
I mean, Germans also, they're just full nude in the sauna.
Yeah. Okay. So they're very German about it.
Ayo. But yeah, let's maybe not repeat the bathhouse incidents.
Wait, am I missing something here? Was Bokios part of the bathhouse incident?
I think you were.
No.
No?
Yeah.
It was when It was when you guys came back from killing Amalia's dad.
Yeah.
Yes, he was a part of it.
Oh yeah.
We almost got kicked out.
Oh yeah.
We almost got banned.
there was a cannonball.
Oh, I remember the cannonball. Yeah, that's it.
Hey.
So
This
when
is
your
my-
life is when all of your life is so chaotic, the individual moments are hard to remember.
Hey, my pool, my rules. Go nuts. And he gets up. Now, excuse me, I definitely need a swim. And yeah, so he doesn't give a fuck. He drops the sash, revealing his very well-toned and defined body with like all the back muscles as well as he goes and just strides.
Thought we were having dinner.
This is at the end of dinner.
Okay.
Yeah, that's dessert.
Much take inspiration for that.
I'll take inspiration.
Daxos does turn and give you all a wink as he keeps walking, and he is part nymph. You can't help but be taken by his smolder just a little bit.
Here comes the smolder.
Yeah.
Oof.
Hey, half nymphs like their parents, have a degree of almost supernatural allure.
Charisma is high for the nymphs.
Oh yeah. Well, fun fact: they originally started as a reflavoring of half elves, and then I made them into their own thing.
Yes, I know. I've heard the stories.
Wow. Harsh, but I respect that.
So,
But
dry
yeah.
folk. Up for a swim?
Yeah, and I get up and immediately, like Daxos, drop trowel and sashay into the baths again for a second dip because hey, why not when in Rome?
So there's the main pool, which is there's the main pool, and then there's you going to the hot tub. There's a pool, and then there's a hot tub. Which one are you going to?
I'm going to the pool.
Oh, mate. Oh, hot tub.
Okay.
She's like, "Argh."
Is anybody joining Botch in the hot tub?
Delisa will.
Okay.
Hey.
I'll jump in as well.
Okay. Oh wow, Botch.
Can I
you're
grab Can
It's
I
a-
grab some wine from the kitchen before we go?
Oh, hey now.
Some mulled wine.
Yeah.
Daxos turns to you and says, "No, I think I'm gonna be very sensible. What do you need, Ghost? Like, Ghost, grab some all the fucking wine you want. Go nuts."
So she'll grab a few cups and like carry it down, like just like in her arms, like.
One of the
Just going in.
one of the servants, the sort of bronze statues, does offer to carry. Just basically has a tray with the silver jug of wine on it and the cups, and can just follow you.
All right.
Okay, but Daxos strips down to nothing and just dives straight into the pool.
Xanthia also takes off her clothes, jumps in right after, does like a little cool twist in the water, showing off a little.
I'm gonna sit on the edge of the pool with my feet in and a book and some wine. I'm gonna be reading.
What
I think
oh, so go ahead.
I was gonna say Delisa's there next to you, but she's got her lyre with her, just shuttling across it, playing a gentle tune.
Wow, Botch is
Start as
being
well.
flanked by two gorgeous naked ladies, one of them who's serenading him.
Oh my
I'm just
god.
practicing.
Botch,
Uh,
Botch, you hear in your ear.
Before you ask, no, you haven't died like you're dead.
damn it. Fine. All right.
Xanthia, for your little tricks showing off, make a acrobatics or a performance check, your choice.
Definitely performance. 22.
Very nice. Yeah, everyone is enraptured.
So Bethina's going to look at Bakios because we're nearby. Bakios, I had some questions earlier. Do you have any for me? I mean, anything random?
I haven't been. I'm just like, oh, I don't know. And I just jump in the pool to get away from this awkward situation.
All right. She'll look at Jolisa. I try to have small talk with people. I don't know.
We're maybe too much for him, darling. Our
I
visit is
circle backstroking, and go to Bithinia and look at her and be like, "You asked the wrong person out of all of us." And then backstroke again.
So Jill looks at Lisa. I don't know. I don't know about all of this. I got a bow staff though. That's cool. What are your thoughts about this dragon thing? This whole road trip thing that we're doing.
It's exciting. I'm very blessed to be here. Yes, it's a noble cause we are partaking in, and I think we should take the time to enjoy ourselves before things get a bit more serious.
And then is Amalia near me again?
Molly, you would have needed to go to the hot tub. Did you join them in the hot tub?
I did.
Okay. So
Well,
it's
so if
Helena,
I-
where'd you go? Just out of curiosity, where'd you go? Did you join him in the hot tub as well?
Yeah, I'm just have my feet kind of dipped in and I'm just kind of splashing with my feet.
At the hot tub? Okay, so it's just Xanthia and Daxos in the pool above. All right? Daxos will see your tricks and he'll raise you just for fun. He basically dives down and then he superheats the water beneath him and he just creates a geyser which sends him like 10 feet into the air and then he just splashes back down.
Not bad.
I did not stick that landing, though. He just rolled over.
Need someone to crack your back.
Yes, please.
So then she'll look to Amalia. If I asked the wrong person, then who should I have asked?
We can go round the pool and ask questions for each other to get to know each other better, if you wanted.
Who's starting this?
I mean, there's a game that I heard of called What the Fuck Is Up With That?
And how do you play that?
Well, okay, so the game is, right, we all take these big shiny dice rocks, right? And we throw
Just before you
them.
continue, I'll double check. Xanthia, would you want to be here for this?
Yeah. If
Okay.
I hear them talking about games, I will stride over. Like
I will say that everybody has joined you guys into the everyone's in the hot tub at this point.
Okay, so what we do, right, is the person that rolls the highest number gets to ask the person who rolled the lowest number a question, and they have to end it with "What the fuck is up with that?"
We're rolling 1d20.
I mean, if you guys are all up for it.
Yeah.
mean,
sure.
fair's fair. Do I get an intelligence modifier?
Nope. Everybody rolls straight up. Adaxos will roll as well because he's here too.
I feel like this isn't in my favor, knowing how my dice rolls have been.
16.
16.
13.
I rolled a 7.
Okay.
Sweet baby Jesus, I got a 17.
So who got the highest and who got the lowest?
So far it's Bithynia. Amalia got a natural 1.
2.
Oh no!
Delisa?
I got a 12.
Okay, so Bithynia, you get to ask Amalia a question.
So wait, so when Doelisa earlier, I wasn't in that conversation, but that conversation that Doelisa was mentioning, was I there for that to know that as well?
No.
No, that was a private thing.
Damn it.
Fuck's sake, I knew this was gonna come to light. Why did I say it like
It was fate. So Amalia, question for you. What are your thoughts, or what could you tell me what would be the best way, do you think, for is it Tethmos where the Leonin are?
Yes.
You know them better than anyone else. What would be the best way to get someone from Tethmos to Melitis to have, I don't know, dinner or a chat or to show them around?
I mean, you could send a letter to either the king, or I could send a letter to my tribe and ask.
You've met the You've both met he's not the king, he's the speaker, which is a elected position, Brima's sun guide. You understand him, Bithynia, and Galratha Wildtooth, who was the druid who loaned you the manticores and her riders for it, are both, you would consider them progressive as far as Leonin goes, and are trying to be more engaged with the rest of Theros as a whole, and be part of the world, as opposed to strictly isolationist.
Well, that is the only thing I really have. It's the only question I'd really have. Shalika Bakos, is that how you play?
Yeah, I mean, but you did all right. All you got to end it. You got to end it with "What the fuck is up with that?"
What
It's
the
a
fuck
key
is
part
up
of the
with that?
game.
There you go.
All
It's a
right,
key
big
part of
guy,
the game.
show us how it's done. You get a free turn.
No. No one gets a free turn. What the fuck is up with that? So.
All right, fair enough. So,
Roll again.
Okay,
What
we
did-
roll.
So we have to roll
Reroll.
again.
well, no, surely,
Um,
surely whoever had to answer a question gets to ask the next one.
Seems fair.
Oh yeah, they get to ask it, but then
Well,
whoever rolls the
Roll for
lowest
the
then
answer.
it gets asked by a question.
Yeah.
So whoever rolls low now.
Daxos rolled an 8. 5.
19.
6.
Oh,
Delisa?
6.
11.
Nice.
Xanthia. Amalia gets to ask you a question.
Asking a question?
Yeah, you ask a question, but you have to end it with what the fuck is up with that.
Yeah, but who's the question for?
Xanthia.
Okay. What would I want to ask Santi?
What's your mother's name?
No, don't ask for something like that.
Do it.
Oh, okay. I know what to ask Santia. So you're a great swimmer. So let's say you won't, a trident. What else would you want to be, and what would you want to be great at? That is my question. And what the fuck is up with that?
So, if I wasn't a Triton, I've never really considered that, to be honest. I mean, all I've ever known was really my hometown and the life in Melodies, so I would guess human. Though satyrs do also sound like they have a good time in the Vale, based on what Scotty's told us.
Very true.
Okay, so I ask the next question then.
Yep.
Yeah.
Roll it.
Yep, everyone roll.
Oh, 8.
8.
Rollies.
16 for
18.
Daxos.
4.
Oh no.
4.
Oh, 4.
Delisa.
Okay.
19! Finally.
Delisa, you're a follower of
Am I sitting
Amaranthe.
next to Santia?
You can be if you want.
Okay.
Continue, Xanthia.
Yeah, Delisa, you're a follower of Amaranthe.
Yes.
What inspired you to follow her? Like, what the fuck is up with that?
I love this game.
That's an excellent question, and one that I can only partially answer. Since I can remember, since I was a little girl, I always had a connection to my lady. She was always there in my life. I can't remember a time when I was without her, so I don't even remember choosing her, if that was even a choice, to be honest. I felt her love, and I've cherished that, and I've looked to give love to everyone I've met in life.
It's been...
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah. But I relate very much to the not really choosing your deity in an active way. For Tritons and Thassa, it's very similar.
It's kind of bestowed upon you, and I don't know. I don't know why it was that way for me, but I'm not complaining. I love my lady very much. Good question, though. I think it's my turn now.
Sure is.
I might struggle because I don't know much about you to ask in-depth questions, but I'll give it my best shot.
19.
Oh, not you.
Not me.
11.
12.
Bithynia?
16.
Nice.
Oh,
Oh, yes. Yes. Just the one I wanted. Oh.
That's just rolled a 7. So, yeah, Amalia.
Amalia, we had that conversation earlier today. I don't want to put you on the spot in front of everybody like this, but it's part of the game, so bear with me. You mentioned back in Daxos's place that you were very fond of somebody. What the fuck is up with that?
I can't help who I have a crush on, can I? You just sort of get a little tipper-tapper when you start to like someone.
Like butterflies in
And
the
that's what
chest?
happened.
And can you
But
tell
Daniel
us
will look
who?
over and be like, let's spit it out. Who is it?
I'm not telling you.
Is it someone here?
No, definitely not. No.
Insight
That
check.
would be weird.
Insight check.
Make an insight check, Helena.
No, net one!
Oh, nat 1 as well. God, nat
Wow. 2 nat 1s and a 2 from Helena.
The gods do not want
That's an
the
11.
secret.
Okay.
Okay.
It's
Okay,
still an
okay.
it's still an
Question,
11.
though.
Amalia, if you're lying, make a deception check. If you're telling the truth, make a persuasion check. Oh wait, there's no way to do. Okay, you can contest that with deception if you want.
Can I find out with mine, and then if I do pass, just like not to ask her for further clarification,
You could. You
or
also
like
have.
stand up for her.
Yeah, sure.
So just like persuade, be like, so what am I doing?
Holy no!
Wait. Wait, hold on. I have you. I think I might have you. What is it that I need to roll potentially?
Insight check. It would still be
So I'm
insight
gonna
check.
see insight to see if
Deception
she's
check, that was
lying.
a 4.
Oh, no.
I got a nat 1.
Back yourself,
I got a nat 1. Did we all just get nat 1s?
Yes.
I got an 8. I got an 8 total, so I can't tell if she's lying either. And
No,
I'm
you
smart.
can because she rolled like a 4 total.
Yeah.
Well, so I got an 8 in total, so I can tell that she's lying.
Because she rolled a
Potentially.
4 on her deception.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to do. I'm the only one who can kind of tell she's lying.
No,
maybe?
Helena has incredible insight, so she's gonna know. So,
Yeah,
Amalia,
they're all
are you
great.
lying right now?
Yeah. The person is in the room, yeah.
Oh.
Toxos.
Somehow I
feel like we've asked her enough questions at this point. Though.
Yeah.
Well.
Also, somehow I doubt it. You always called me a brother, didn't you, Amalia?
Yeah, you're like this little fire thing that like is like a little fairy. So like you know, you're like the torch of this like plan.
I will
So like
take that.
you're there like a torch. You're very what's the word? You're very useful as a person.
Wow, I feel like that's a backhanded compliment, but I know you didn't mean it as that.
No, I did not. Alright, we rolling again? Because I feel like you guys have gone into like my inner
Yeah.
soul and
Yeah.
I'm going to go to bed.
Yeah,
I think
okay,
I'm
so
going to go to
yeah,
bed.
so Rebecca needs to leave early today, so we're going to wish her a wonderful evening. We'll be wrapping up before long as well. So we'll love you, Rebecca, and we look forward to seeing you next week. Have a great time.
Bye.
Bithynia just the wine has been flowing and she will excuse herself for the evening and go to bed. But you guys can keep. Are you all rolling?
Rolling again. Let's do it.
Yeah. All right. 11.
12.
10.
Shit. 7.
Nat 1. All right. Who's asking?
Who rolled the highest?
I rolled 19.
So you're asking, I think, because yeah.
Okay, so Daxos, we know something happened with you and Delphili. Like a little hanky-panky and the sack.
Oh, a lot of hanky-panky, but go on.
So that's the only person we know of that you've had, things with.
He looks at you like,
Is
Delisa's
there,
right here.
is there anyone else that you had feelings for that wasn't a nymph?
Yeah.
Who? What the fuck is up with that?
Nice.
Not much to tell, really. There was one girl, Cassandra. Her skin was a dark olive and her hair was a raven black and fell down her back in waves. She was fun, she was exciting, she liked to be spontaneous, she helped bring me out of my shell. But I eventually find out that she just wanted the renown of bearing a child with the Forgeborn. I was a novelty to her. And the same thing happened with Mirine and Nisa. I won't go into details with them, they're fairly unremarkable in the grand scheme of things, but they made me believe that they loved me. And they just loved the idea of me. That's why I gravitated a little to Defili and Calliope as well, back when that was a thing. I was drawn to them because they get it. They seemed, and I guess unconsciously still seem, like the only people who might have a chance of loving me for who I am, not what I am. And, yeah, I had a thing with Defili once. Or I guess I still do now. She's... Give her more credit than she deserves. She's... Life has been a bit unkind to her. Kinda like me. And... she's had to survive in more ways than one. So she's... a certain way, but... underneath all that... there's a kind soul. Even though she'd kill me for telling you. Was there more, or...
No, that was it.
Alright. One more and then I'm going to bed.
And we roll.
3.
Ooh.
15.
Gonna take some heat.
9.
9.
15.
Nice.
So, Botch?
Oh, I was so close to perfection.
Daxos is going to roll an insight check, Botch.
Okay.
Never mind. Rolled a 5. Machios. Why did you spend a decade in the wilderness? What the fuck is up with that?
Shit.
He was rolling an insight to see if
well-
there was anything you might be uncomfortable about, and you might have gone easy, but he rolled so low.
Yeah, but that was probably the one thing that, I don't want to talk about.
He doesn't
so-
know much about you as well, so...
That's fair enough. Well, okay, Dexos. Here's the thing, right? You're a really accomplished guy. Yeah, you're pretty skilled. Everyone knows who you are and what you can do. Well, turns out, right, that when you're a high-ranking general in the Axos military and you make a cock up, everyone else knows about it too. Now, when you go on a simple mission and let your bloodlust distract you to the point of insanity, and you fail utterly and get nearly 300 other Acronians slaughtered, people tend to realize, and and it's either exile or death. And so I chose the coward's way out, and I chose exile.
Well.
Yeah.
You know what that means, though, right?
What?
Nowhere to go but up. I've never been the greatest acolyte of Boroughbound, but I believe as he does in the unattainability of perfection, and in its unattainability also lies its endless possibility. The pieces of what you were broken. But that just means you have a chance to break all that down and build something else. Keep moving forward.
Oh, that was really beautiful. Thank you.
I never had a mother, but I was a woman in the Temple of the Flame Speakers. In this, she was good to me. She used to sing to me from time to time when I was a little boy. And I'll always remember this one bit, and I remember the whole song, but the way it would end I'll always remember that. It used to... It's something I think about from time to time, and the gist of it was, and if you knock me over, you knock me over, I will get back up again.
Oh. It's kind of hard to get back up when you know no one really wants you to even stand.
Then make them want you to stand.
Okay. I'll do what I can.
Good.
These aren't tears, guys. This is just stuff. These are allergies, yeah?
Listen, I know your whole life in Nakaros you've been brought up to believe that real men don't cry, and, showing emotion is a form of weakness, but no disrespect to your culture, that is a load of horse shit.
Oh. Thank you. That's really nice.
Everybody makes mistakes, Bacchios. But the most important step that a man can take, it's not the first one, is it?
What
It's
is
the
it?
next one.
Oh.
It's always the next one, Bacchios.
Oh.
And from what I've seen, you've taken plenty of good steps since then.
Oh, thank you, guys. That's really nice.
And we're very lucky to have you amongst our...
Guys, stop it. You're going to make me cry.
Amalia, scoot over and give Bacchios and Amalia a hug.
Oh. Or sort of like just give her she's like, oh, you punch on the arm like that. You know, thanks, guys.
And on that note, you I'll say that the evening goes on as long as you need, and draws to a close. You can take a long rest. Unless anybody wishes to do anything specific, I will say that the next 4 days pass without event. And
Very
Do
good,
one
very
thing.
nice.
yeah, you can do one thing.
I'm on like not the first day, probably like second, third day. I'm going to sit down with all my stuff that I bought, and I'm trying to find the spell. It's very hard to find.
Oh,
I'm going to
sorry, go ahead.
cast Legend Lore
On.
on.
You have to specify an object, right?
I know. I want it has to be a person, an object, or a place, and I want Nimiras. Swords.
But you have to be holding the object.
No. I have to name it.
Okay.
Name or describe a person, place, or object.
Okay, let me check the wording on Legend Lore real quick.
Okie.
Just
I think I did it right.
yeah, name or describe a person, place, or object. A brief summary of the significant lore about the thing you named. Okay. As you release the final sections of the spell, you hear a familiar voice. Interesting. Let's take a look, shall we? He's still the source of your power.
True. So I didn't do it on the first day.
You don't detect any passive aggression in his voice, I'll say that. Like, oh, no, you need my help. No, he's not. He's not doing that. And as you release the final sections of it, your eyes go like fog over white as you are just inundated with visions, and you see it's definitely Theros, but you just gather from just the pictures and everything you're seeing that this was eons ago. You see a man by the name of Daedalus. And you see visions of him and he wields these twin sort of swords that resemble Xiphoses in a way. I don't have a picture on hand, but I can share it on the Discord before next session. Sort of these long, ornate twin short swords that he wields. You see him being bestowed them by Clothis.
Yeah.
And you see him using them to fight this creature that resembles a humanoid female in these sort of long black robes and these like claw-like sharp nails. What catches you about this female is that from here, from like the upper lip up, there is nothing there. There is a sort of like this empty space where the top of her head should be, except it sort of crests the side, almost forming a U, and then sort of at the sides here, it makes these sort of long gazelle-like horns. You have no idea what this creature is, but you watch as this character, Daedalus, he uses these blades to fight this creature. And then jumps to a room somewhere. You don't know where, as that same creature is bound in these enormous platinum chains. And then lowered into and a hall that just seems to go on forever. And then it sort of rushes to an older Daedalus, still wielding these, and he's speaking to... He gets off this boat and he casts down onto an island and he strives forward, fervent and desperate in his demeanor. It then moves forward and you see him speaking to a Gorgon. But you've seen drawings of Gorgons. This one looks far larger, far more ordained with jewelry and other fineries and arraignments. They're speaking of... She makes him a pact. She speaks of a firstborn child, or firstborn daughter, when she is grown and beautiful. Bring her to me, so that I may add her. And she gestures to like these... It's what you thought was a beautiful garden full of statues is a garden full of statues. But every single one of them used to be someone. And Daedalus refuses, and he draws these swords, rushing to strike. And the last vision is him straining against his rapidly petrifying form before he too is rendered inert, the sword still in his hands, as Hithonia the Cruel, mightiest of the Gorgons, slithers away. A new addition to her collection added after all. And that's what you get.
Okay. I will immediately take off. Or is Rono still there? Is he still hanging around,
He
or
was
is
never
gone?
there. You just heard that sort of voice as
Okay.
part of casting the spell.
Okay, I'll just sit there and just say, I'm not ready to apologize just yet, but thank you for being here. And I'll take off towards Akias's room, and I'll just knock on his door.
Bum, 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 bum.
Hello. Oh, hey, hello.
No. Hi. So, I did a thing. It wasn't bad, I swear. I didn't do anything bad. I didn't get myself hurt. See, and I'll kind of turn around, see that
Okay.
I'm not hurt.
Okay,
But
that immediately makes me more worried.
like, I did a thing, and I did it in secret. And every time I do a thing in secret, I usually get hurt. But this time, I didn't get hurt. See, I'm okay. But I found out that those swords that I found out about in that story, where one of the people, I think Natasha, was like, "Oh, it's just a fairy tale story. It's probably not even real." It is real, and it's one of the thingies we need to find, and it's yours.
My God, the monster in the movie The Grudge doesn't carry a grudge as much as you do. I swear to God.
Jesus Christ. Okay, slow down. So it's how do you know it's mine?
Because I did a magic thing, you know, to find out more about it, and it's on the island, like the story said that we read, the children's story,
Yes.
and
I-
it was gifted to the man by Clothis.
Oh shit. Oh man, she is a wily lady, ain't she?
This is also, like, what strikes you about this information, and you would know this, or Bithynia would know this. There's no record of Clothis ever having a disciple.
Oh.
Bithynia is going to make a check. She rolled
What,
super
gonna be the
low,
first
but she's never heard of a Daedalus before.
Interesting.
Interesting. So, here's the thing, right? We're going to go and treat with this big dragon, right? Do you know exactly where this island is? Exactly. Did you see in your vision?
Did I?
You, Scaphos, okay, so you didn't see where it was in your vision, but Scaphos is not, the location of Scaphos is not unknown.
Mhm.
Although, like anything in the
on-
Siren Sea, it is, there's an asterisk next to whenever someone says where the location is.
Yeah, I think you should talk to Clotis because, like, I think Bithynia got told about, like, we need to bring a candle, and maybe, like, Clotis is like, oh, you need to bring a match or something, and then, we'll eventually know how to sail the Siren Sea.
Okay. Sure. I'll tell you what. Let me get a good night's rest first, because this does not sound like an empty. This does not sound late at night conversation. This sounds like freshly rested, coffee, breakfast conversation.
Okay.
Thanks for coming to tell me. Appreciate that. You're the best.
I'll just give you a big hug.
Oh. And I sort of casually awkwardly pat you on the back, like, yeah.
As we pull away, I'll just go, Buckios, I'm very sorry
For what?
about, what happened to Akros. I know it wasn't any of our faults, but, like, I got to check on my family and know that they're okay, and I couldn't check on yours. And I'm sorry I couldn't.
That's okay. Knowing my family, they will have looked after themselves just fine.
But maybe if we get you the swords and we kill the bad things, maybe then you can go back. Because you'll be a hero.
They might not kill me on sight. That's what I'm assuming. I mean, I'm just assuming what I would do in my situation, and I would probably still be like, yeah, this motherfucker's got to die.
Well, if they approach you and they want to hurt you, just say that you're under my protection, and that they'll have to pick it up with me.
I would, except that would probably be more of a cowardly move than anything else, further losing their respect. No,
Well,
I mean, no self-respecting Acronian general would hide behind a name. They would rather fight for themselves. I would rather fight.
every
I
high-ranking
appreciate it.
Akron warrior hides behind their name because it gives them power. Why not use mine?
Have you ever fought in battle, my lady? A proper one?
A proper one?
As in, you and I know, right? We fought lots of skirmishes and we've kicked ass and it's been awesome, right? But have you ever been on a battlefield for longer than 6 hours, hacking away at people incessantly until they submit to your will?
No. I am a lady, Buckius.
I know that, my lady, and you are a very fine one, if somewhat talkative. But,
Oh, wow. Okay.
As a side note, so you might describe it to him. Now, I don't have an official image yet. I need to work on that. However, best approximation, if you, so I put it in the player's chat. If you imagine that spear I put in the player's chat as having a handle of about 10% the length of that, i.e. a short sword, and there being two of them, that's what you saw.
Okay, as I feel like you're saying things to hurt my feelings, and I know you don't mean to, but you are kind of hurting my feelings. I think you're just kind of tired, so I will leave you be.
I'm sorry, my lady. Please do sleep well.
Okay, you don't have to call me a lady. I know I am.
All right, Hilira.
Aww.
With a single tear down my face, I will go back to my room. But only a single one. Because Akron women also don't cry.
That's true.
That's true.
Okay. So the next 6 days pass by largely without event. You see a pretty bird at one point. But you basically travel up the northern length of the Lindus River. And Yeah, for the most part, it's rolling countryside, but eventually it gives way to, the forests on the side and the whatnot. But it gives way to hinterland, and then to sort of like alpine baseland, and before you know it, you're at the fork, and you know that the right direction would take you to Akros, Orzen would keep going up the Titan stairs and be a straight line for Akros. At Doxos' direction, you take the left path into the valley. And I'll actually zoom in so the audience can see. In fact, I'll do one better. I will move the little icon that represents you guys to show your location in real time. Oh. So, traveling at a fast pace, at the end of those 6 days, you get to this, to that spot. This is where we leave the horses, I'm afraid. They'll never make it over those mountains.
Do we just leave them to die?
Did you not have a plan? I didn't say anything because I assumed you knew something I didn't.
Well, theoretically, I could send them back with me.
I know you're fast. I don't know that you're that fast.
I'm not. But I could if I wanted to.
Let me think. I'm genuinely looking to see if Daxos can do anything other than tell you guys you're shit out of luck. No, I could kill them very easily, but that's not helpful to anyone, and also it's wrong.
Maybe... what the... Is like... So Nalia is the goddess of the hunt, but does that count as like nature as well?
Yes, it would, yes.
Okay. We could pray to Nylia, to see if she could watch over them, maybe get them back to Melites.
I could also try talking to them.
John, but wouldn't we need them on the way back?
Do you just want to give them directions?
Yeah, I could do that.
Ilira.
Yeah.
Could you conjure some kind of being that might be around a while to take them for us? I can help you do that.
I don't know. I haven't really picked my spells for the day.
Okay,
you could... Question, I have an idea.
Yes.
We've got tiny hut, right? Could you not just put them in a tiny hut?
How are we going to get them over sheer cliff faces? We could try to take them over the mountains, but the path we're taking, they'll slow us down, and they likely won't survive.
We've got breakfast.
So, out of character, Kilira, do you have anything like planar ally or anything like that?
I think I do with my new 6 level spell.
Okay.
Oh, level 11.
Fancy.
Let me see. Planar ally. Yeah, I do have that.
Okay.
But first, I will go up to one of the horses that looks probably to Bakios' horse, because that one's probably the beefiest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or, obviously.
If it wasn't the beefiest when you started, it sure as shit is now.
Probably on par with Amalia's.
Oh, yeah. Actually, no.
Having a context.
Just the sheer weight of the metal makes Amalia heavier than you.
Yeah, I know. My body's heavier, but I don't have much gear.
Yeah.
I'll just go to the beefiest horse and I'll cast Speak with Animals.
Okay.
So, hi, I'm Hilira.
Hi.
Hi. Do you have a name?
Copernicus.
Copernicus. Okay. That's a really good name, Copernicus.
Thank you.
God, it's the best day in my life.
So, you know, your horses, you can't really, like, go up cliffs and stuff. Like, you know.
Looks at the cliff. I think you're right.
Yeah, I think so too. So do you remember where your owner is? One that feeds you a lot?
Oh yeah, the nice patch of grass outside the big city.
Exactly.
Do you know how to get
that
back
one.
there?
No, but maybe you do.
Gonna roll an intelligence check.
Roll an intelligence check for the horse.
What is the intelligence of a riding horse?
Not that high. I
It's
can
not
tell
that
you
good. That is a -4.
Oh.
Roll natural 20.
Rolled a 12 for a total of
Please.
6.
Nice.
He points in the general direction with his snout, but you are not confident.
You know what? I'm very proud of you. You remember the direction back. We are going to
Licks your face.
Yeah, cool. We're going to see if we can get somebody to help you get back home. You know, because glitching up mountains, that feels like not a thing that happens in D&D. That's Skyrim.
What, you've
But,
never heard of a horse stack? Did nobody else watch the Elden Ring one-shot they did?
No.
Oh. Sorry,
Yeah,
continue.
I did.
Okay.
I watched a little bit.
Continue.
So we're going to see if we can send somebody home with you, Copernicus.
Thank you.
Yeah, and otherwise, you know, just run.
I might be able to find the way, but I'd feel a lot safer if I had someone.
Cool. I'll talk to my friend Daxos and see if we can help together. Yeah, so what's your favorite song?
Rain and Blood by Slayer.
Okay, I'll tell my bard friend that because I think they might know it. And I'll tell the
That's real
rest.
swell of you.
Of course.
Oh, you are on fire tonight.
You watched Elisa pull out a different pick you've never seen before, and this one seems to be made out of like onyx or like black obsidian, and then.
So, what did you want to do, Daxos?
If you can summon something, I can make it stick around a bit longer.
Okay. Cool. So, yeah, I guess I'll cast Planar Ally.
Okay. Describe to me how you go about the casting of Planar Ally.
Oh, goodness gracious. I don't know. I'm just gonna sit down, take out some coins, and just, like, put them in the shape of, like, a humanoid creature, I guess, with, like, my coins. And then I'll just pray for, like, 10 minutes. See if it turns into a Planar Ally.
As you do that, you wave your hands and finish the incantation. And then you hear a very loud but distant neigh. And you look from further down the bank. A beautiful white horse is galloping at full speed. And then as it nears, you notice something. Upon its head is a spiraling horn.
Unicorn.
And a beautiful white unicorn with a golden mane presents itself in front of you.
I need to use the spell more. Hi.
I am Alerion. You have called,
Daniel.
and I answer.
Hi, how are you today?
I am well. I am here at your command.
Okay. Daxos, what do you want me to do?
Well, actually, as you cast that, Daxos is going to... He sort of weaves his hands, and they seem to glow like embers. And then on his sash, a series of glyphs open. He's going to use his sash, which lets him use his meta magic on the spells of others, to use extended spell, doubling the duration of your spell.
Okay.
So, per the wording of Planar Ally, so whatever duration you ask for it, double it. So he's helping halve the cost of it, basically, to you, because Planar Ally is not a cheap spell.
Okay.
What is your command?
I would really like for you to get these horses back home. To their home in Melodies. That one in front of us will tell you the way.
Fear not. I will return them.
Okay.
His horn glows, and then a rift opens in front of him, like a small little, like this size portal. That gate leads to a temple of Ronos. A 5-day journey, a 6-day journey such as this one at full breakneck speed. Along the main road. We'll come to 300 gold pieces.
Dude.
Deposit them through the portal. In as a tithe to Ronos. And it will be done.
Okay.
What's
I'll do that.
What's the deposit for these horses, by the way? What was that?
It was 50 gold.
50.
50. Oh, then fuck it. We'll be down 250 gold for this today.
So okay, you know what? DM's feeling generous. For just getting the horses back, it says the cost can be waived entirely, so no cost required. Just to get the horses back.
All right.
I'm gonna make you spend money on that. I'll tell you what.
It's a moral victory.
I'll tell you what.
It's a basic economic victory.
Tell you what. 10 gold just for the point, or just for the trouble. Just
Okay.
to leave something, so you're not, as a gesture. 10 gold is a gesture of goodwill, and he will get the horses back safely, leading them.
I have done that.
And you watch him gallop off. Okay. And so begins the climb up the mountains. It's a little easier with a guy who can fly and a Pegasus. I assume you guys are still traveling on foot, though.
Yep.
Okay. You're able to... Are you traveling at a fast pace, by the way? Or a regular pace?
I think
You can travel at a fast pace. You can travel quickly. You can try to double time it. It just affects your passive perception and things like that.
Are we in a rush at all?
I don't want to risk it.
I mean, there is a war going on, but I feel like regular pace is more sensible
Okay.
given the environment.
Just so I know. So
Yeah.
so because it's difficult terrain, you're able to traverse about 12 miles in the day. As Daxos explains, once you're over the sort of initial series of mountains, there is a section where you can sort of go back down to the river, and it'll be quicker again then, but this section will be a bit slower. Can I get someone to roll me a d20?
Sammy, you want to do it? You're our
Yeah.
extended guest.
Okay.
Doesn't
So
feel
you
like
put-
you're a guest anymore, but
Oh, well, that's good. What did I roll? Oh, well, it's lucky, and some people say it's lucky. I rolled a 7.
A 7.
trying to think. I think we've had 7 before.
I updated the list.
Oh, good.
We also certainly had our ones.
I don't actually have the tab open. Okay. I was gonna do a cliffhanger, but this is actually a relatively straightforward one, so we'll do it now and then we'll call it an evening. I need to be better about wrapping these up on time, but... About halfway into your journey, Hilira and Botch, you guys smell something on the air.
Achilles, did you fart?
It does.
I wish I could fart that powerfully.
It does smell like sort of smoke and brimstone.
I would never dream of asking if it was you, my lady. Sorry.
I smell it as well. And cresting a ridge about 100 feet from you up that way, sort of to the side, you see sort of something glowing an orange ember color. That sort of just crests over the hill. Or the crag.
Is it a steady glow or is it flickering?
It's a steady glow. Oh, actually it is flickering slightly. Make a perception check.
12.
It looks humanoid.
Vicious.
I rolled a 16. Do I see anything more?
It looks like a humanoid female. And it seems to be sort of gently striding down, like sometimes climbing on all fours and coming over towards you guys ever so slowly.
How far away is she?
About 90 feet?
Okay, I'm gonna cast message to her.
Okay. What do you say?
I'll just say, hi! We are Tempest. We're just trying to get over the mountain. Like, we don't mean you any harm. Like, just like good vibes.
Make a persuasion check. She's gonna roll an insight check.
Oh, that was pretty good. Persuasion. Plus 6. 19!
This creature sort of cocks its head, but then sort of scrambles down and then bounds. And in a moment is, like with just supernatural grace, is less than 30 feet from you. Still skittishly keeping her distance, but you see it almost looks like a human woman, but supernaturally beautiful. There are no clothes. Instead, her body is adorned with almost what looks to like be growing off of her, like volcanic rock that forms like sort of minimal garments, almost like a, for lack of a term, bikini type situation. But they're sort of like deposits of rock and mineral that grow off of her. Her hair itself almost seems like it's like done up like a sort of top bun, but it's actually made out of more of this igneous rock. And just coming off of her are these sort of like licks of flame. And she seems to, as she moves with like a ethereal dancing movement, they flit and dance about her. And I'll show you a picture.
I'm making friends, guys!
Ooh.
Daxos stops
Pretty.
dead in his tracks.
I'm covering Buckios' eyes. Because the lady is almost nude.
I mean, I was around nude ladies all last night and I kept my cool.
He does have a point there.
They're just doing it out of instinct.
Jaxos actually holds up a fist. Are you, And the creature says, no. I figured. I know of whom you speak, Forge Child. Yeah, you all would know what this is. This is not a obscure creature. This is an Oread. Nymphs of earth and fire. she sort of... You've seen a few nymphs before. This is different. The others sort of had, at least the ones you've seen, had a... the Dryad and the Alcides all had a sort of warm, gentle demeanor to it. They could be fleeting, but this creature seems fleeting by nature, darting about almost like fire itself. What brings you this way?
We're kind of trying to save Akros.
I have seen the dead march. I know of what you speak.
Well, can we go through, please, if it's not too much trouble?
We're trying to get to Mount Velos.
Very well. I will accompany you for a time. And she hops on along, but seems to keep her distance.
If we may ask, what's your name?
Ariti.
Pleasure to meet you.
If I may ask, says Daxos, what was her name? What is her name? And the Oriad smiles. Asteroidia. Appropriate. And it's easy enough to ascertain that this is at least the same species of creature that mothered Daxos.
Hmm.
Daxos remains quiet, keeps mainly to himself. But unless anyone wishes to do anything else, Ariti will accompany you for the remainder of the day. And then as you guys enter the mansion, she takes her leave. And that's where we're going to conclude tonight's session. Ran a teensy bit over what I meant to. I do apologize. I was going for a tight 10 o'clock, but the what the fuck is up with that? I think it was well worth it. I wanted to try it out for that.
Fun.
Oh, it was a fun
Yes.
little set. That was fun. I enjoyed that.
Okay, we got to give some shout outs again just to cover our bases. Thank you so much to Slinging Slasher. I love that. For the follow, thank you to Sam24970 for the follow. Love you guys both. Really appreciate it. Welcome to the Hoplites. And be sure to join the Discord. You can find the link in the chat if you haven't seen it already. In fact, I'll link it a final time. And join in on the fun. And thank you, and a special thank you to both Sam24970 and Acrobatic Banana Split, aka Tina, for the subscriptions. I am just a giddy gratitude bunny right now, and I cannot thank you enough. I need to figure out a better reward system for that. I'm gonna get my players on that as well to help me think of something. And speaking of which, thank you to my lovely players. You can check Bithynia out on who had to leave us a little early on all her socials. They're in the link tree, which is in the description, the about section of this Twitch channel. For everybody else who is here, we'll start with you, Ali. Would you like to tell people where they can find you?
Yeah, guys, you can find me mainly on Instagram at DndUnleashed. Therefore, mostly cosplay and 3D printing commissions. So come check it out if you have the time.
Very good. Tamara, if you'd like to share anything.
You can find me on Twitter and TikTok under Marinated. And Instagram, I really need to rework my name there because at the moment I'm still Bonjour Petite Croissant, which I think I created when I was like 15.
So good.
Great
That's,
name.
that's my favorite name. That's one of my favorite names ever.
Very good. Sammy.
Hello, I am one of those weird people on the internet that does ASMR, and you can find all that on YouTube at Sammy ASMR. And you can find me on all the social medias at that same handle as well.
Definitely check it out. I've yet to see another ASMR YouTuber who does cuss words as a specialty.
Can't.
Yeah, basically that, yeah.
And Virla.
Oh, well, I have Instagram that I sometimes use. It's virla.louise.
Perfect. And Violet, if you're still with us, if you'd like to shout yourself out.
Yeah, so my Instagram handle is just Violet_Riddle_.
Perfect. And on that, and as always, you can check myself out at Electrum_cosplay for all my cosplay-related content. You can check us out here. You've got the Discord link. But we stream the DC30 Mythic Odyssey of Theros. We are the channel DC30 every Sunday at 7 p.m. GMT. And you can follow either myself, Electrum Cosplay, or the DC30 Instagram for all the updates when we go live and the like. So that's all pretty super cool. And you can also check me out every Saturday on Roll Positive Gaming on Twitch, playing Atticus Fortune, the human Eldritch Knight, as part of the Strixhaven themed campaign that Sammy is also a part of. And with that, one final huge shout out to my wonderful audience. We love you guys, and you are loved. We feel the love. Have a good evening. We are DC30.
Bye.
Or should we do a raid? I feel like I don't do those enough.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Who should you
Cool.
raid?
Let's see about raiding someone. I'm gonna